You're in a good mood.
I'm in a great mood.
Taylor thinks he can be a country music star. Before the pod got going, Taylor was singing for the boys. It was a great time. You'll see it on this week's Under the Hood.
We was just kids, but she looked like a woman.
It's not bad. We just waited.
But apparently he thinks he's going straight to the top. He's going platinum.
Can't go platinum in country music.
When you talk about bouncy ball,
Yeah.
like when Michigan's killing it, you're wearing the Letterman jacket.
When has Michigan killed it? I don't have a Letterman jacket.
He came out and said, it goes Tom Brady, me, and then everyone else. We're not thinking of Charles Woodson, dude.
I went to the Casino del Sol Bowl.
Coronavirus del Sol, dude.
AFC Championship game last year, Chiefs versus Titans. We had a touchdown in that game.
I did have a touchdown.
Boy comes over, gives him a big bear hug. It was an awesome, awesome thing. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Instinct goes with Mahomes. If they're rolling, it's hard to stop them, man.
When Mahomes hits this, you're like, all right, the boys are going to start fucking
Look out.
rolling.
I don't care who you are. Like, no lead safe.
I want to hear it, though, like in person.
Oh, you want to hear me sing?
Yeah.
All right. I firmly believe I could beat Kip Moore. You know who Kip Moore is?
No.
Put your headset on and fucking roll the thing. Just roll the thing real quick.
Roll the thing.
Just put your headset on and listen.
Flip the
to this.
tube.
I flip the tube. Listen, you hear it? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
I could do this. I could be a country music star.
Sure.
You'll hear in a second.
I like Kip's it.
Yeah. He's got a cool vibe to him for sure. That cool guy vibe. This guy spends a lot of time on the boat.
So Kip Moore's the inspiration.
No, he's not the inspiration. I just think the what he does is easy to do. All right, now start it over, and you're going to listen to this.
All right.
Are you with us? I have to buy into this. I can't just have
Can you
that.
be Kip Moore better than Kip Moore's Kip Moore?
Well, yeah, because I'm me.
Sure. That's tough.
We was just kids, but she looked like a woman.
It's not bad. But just wait.
And everything she was everything I wanted.
You come and watch, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
We were still darling. Jesus, I smiled. That's when it all started. The two of us in the back seat. Lights off on the back street.
I mean, that's fucking.
It's good. I'll say that.
Show her and then she showed me.
I mean, if that's not. You put some auto tune on that.
Right. But like, so how long did you do that for?
Longer than
You and the whole song.
You can't go platinum in country music, but I could do that. Now here's the deal. I can't write. I haven't wrote before,
Yeah.
but I got Ernest.
Right.
I know Ernest will help me write. I could do that. I could do fucking Big and Rich
Well,
songs like
so
that.
what
Oh,
I'm
so
saying
you're
about, like,
becoming a star.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there's only one path, right? And it's the best. So whatever we choose to do,
It's basically taking your vocals, matching it with Ernest's master writing, and then just making magic.
yeah. Like I can't, and that's not to take away from Kip's
Not bad.
voice, but I just figured out I could do that. I was listening to it, and I am. If you put me in a car by myself,
Sure.
even with people, I will fucking get her, dude. I will get after it on 10. Turn the volume up to 30 or whatever that exceeding amount is,
Yep.
and I will give her hell, and I'll learn it. I'm gonna learn every goddamn word, and I'm gonna fucking go after it. And that's if people are in the car, people are not in the car. I've had people tweet at me and be like, "I just saw Taylor going a little too hard in the car before."
Yeah.
So
Can you do a whole set though? Like, could you do a 45-minute performance?
not only would I do a whole set, I would interact with the crowd. How's everybody doing today?
Oh, so you would make the
Man,
voice
I
part of
see
the
some nice
personality.
ladies out here. Yeah, I'm taken, but it's all good. This first one goes out to my first. We all know that one. And then I play this song,
Okay.
right?
Sure.
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 So
I mean,
we started this one out with a bang.
Yeah, I was going to
My,
say, you got a plan for it.
I think my cord's a little stuck.
What do you need me to do?
I don't know. You're big ass, dude.
I appreciate it.
Fucking hearing it.
Act like you've been here before.
Yeah, figure it out, Will. Stop playing with it like that. Quit playing with it like that.
I just got to get it set up.
This pod's gotten a little too sexual. It's gotten a little too sexual. And you know whose fault? It's my fault. But
It is, but I enjoy it now. I'm thinking, what's up?
imitation's the best form of flattery or something like that. What's the phrase? Is that the phrase?
What do you mean?
You got
front
your legs
leg?
crossed.
Oh, people don't just cross their legs?
That's weird.
Yeah, you got the full cross, dude.
The full cross, dude. My dick and balls like
Well,
they're like this. They don't know which one is up right
it's
now.
easy with those chicken legs, though.
They're
Like,
getting, you should have seen. They're getting stronger.
Yeah?
Every day they get a little bit
Just a
stronger.
little bit.
And I don't need to talk. Listen, some people just built different, right?
Yeah, that's
We
true.
play the same position, but look at us.
Yeah,
We are built different.
a little bit.
I was telling the boys before you walked in, Will and I both were, that you see you on the field and you're a massive man,
Mhm.
but when you're next to you, it's like, wow, he's really a fucking big dude.
Right.
Like you and I used to sit next to each other in meetings before COVID,
Sure.
and I would put my leg next to yours when it was fully as big as
Yeah.
it could be,
Right.
and it's like 2-3 times the size.
Yeah.
Have you always been that big? That's
Yeah.
always
I've
been
always
you.
been a big kid. Like
Yeah.
in high school, I played.
Let's get that
basketball
mic a little closer.
Little
Don't be
closer?
shy.
Is that better?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
don't be shy.
I played basketball, so I was always tall,
Yeah.
but I was toothpick. Like I'd get blown around by like strong gusts of wind.
You get blown. Oh,
Yeah, and so I didn't bulk up until that second semester of my senior year.
yeah.
So, but like, yeah, I've always been like really tall and like really.
So you went from
Big
your
bones,
your
so to
freshman
speak.
year, you're getting blown around. Your second year, you were doing the blowing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that.
Well, I'm just saying, if we're using the phrase, right? You went from getting blown to blowing.
Yes.
So how big were you your freshman year of high school?
Freshman year of high school was 6'4", 190.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of house.
Before we get fully going, this podcast is brought to you by Barstool Sports.
Shit, yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to put that out there so we don't got to
I
clip
haven't
it.
seen Dennis since when?
No, I love this. I love the
Yeah.
energy.
Like
So
there was like you had like the 20-minute like little spat.
Yeah,
when you
I went to the
team
facility.
meeting.
I went to the facility. I tested and went to the facility, and I did a couple things with them. A couple days, my leg blew up, and I was like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna just get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, you picked a
They
great
hit the old
date not
dusty
to show
trail.
up too. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, Will told me all about it. Well, did you? Okay, so for anybody who's obviously all the people that are listening right now, because we have such a huge audience,
Billions.
I went in, and Vrabel loves the trio of me, Will, and Vrabel. He loves the dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
but more than anything, he loves Will. He fucking loves Will.
It's
And so
debatable at times. It's
It's
debatable at times. It depends on the day.
So I go and I do my 5 days of testing, whatever 6th day I go in, and I go to a team meeting because Will told me that Vrabel texted him about you and DB's.
Me posting DB, putting on the neck brace, the yellow jersey, and talking
Right.
about other people's injuries and putting it on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah. He's like, we'll see what the team has decided tomorrow. So I'm like, I'm going to the team meeting. I didn't even go to rehab that day.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Put
what
your
are you
lame ass.
talking
Put that
about?
yellow jersey on.
Bro, why I gotta put the yellow jersey on?
Put the yellow jersey on. Getting out of practice
Bruh,
because
I didn't- what
you,
is-
limping.
Bruh, I didn't take myself out.
Doing jog through. You limping. You taking himself out of practice. Put this neck brace on.
Hey, bruh.
Talking about your hip hurt. Hey, talking about his hip hurt. He got that back blown out. Put that neck brace on.
So I go to the team meeting, and Vrabel's didn't know I sat in the corner, all the way not in the back, but like way off to the side.
Yeah.
Vrabel didn't notice me that I was there, and just fucking went off on Will. And then the next day, apparently, that's when I dipped. That was my last day, and then I dipped forever. And I guess the next day, Vrabel had plays from the Houston game where I was just fucking up.
Yeah.
I
And then,
was-
and then when Ty was like killing it too, like Ty like came down on like a down block and just washed the guy out of the way.
Yeah, there's no
Play.
mercy, dude. He
Oh,
was
he
coming.
went
He was
off.
all-
Say, oh,
He's
Taylor
like-
picked a great day to miss.
That's so funny. Like I've been there the whole time. I was there for one day. Like he acted like I've been there the whole fucking time. I love it. That's if I was there full time, I would not have loved it. But being disconnected, it's like, oh, it's funny.
It's a breath of fresh air
It is.
being disconnected sometimes.
It is a breath of fresh air, especially with Vrabes, because here's the deal with Vrabes. Vrabes loves joking. He loves joking on you. But the minute you joke back, it's like, well, hey, I'm just kidding. It's just a joke.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah, hey,
well,
please don't hurt my
fucking
feelings.
Do that, man. Like if you're gonna joke, let me joke back, and then we'll joke, and then it'll be over.
Yeah.
The joking will be over.
Like, you don't have to hurt my feelings now.
right?
like-
yeah. Like it's done. That's fucking game over. So it's a one-way street with Vrabel.
And sometimes you
that's
never
the
know
deal.
if he's joking.
Yeah. He does a
Like-
really good job of like playing it like
Yeah,
calm.
because even the Darren Bates stuff, he was like, I was like, I checked with DB and he said it was okay, like I could post this, and he goes, we'll let the team decide in the morning. We'll let the team be the judge in the morning. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's joking, because if he brings it up to the team and allows the team to decide, I'm sure they'll double down with him and I'll still be at the butt of the joke. But at least I'll know it's more of a joke. It wasn't the case the next day. He was like going in, and I feel like he was starting to think like I'm going to go a joke, but then he just started to pick up on whatever he was saying and just started to get like upset
Believing in
about
his
it.
own hype.
See,
Yeah, believe in his own hype. He's like, if it was me, I'd fucking go right after his hip. And then we moved on to the next thing, and I was just kind of sitting there.
Vrabel.
And we were just sitting there,
Jesus Christ,
asshole
dude.
tight for the rest of the day. Like, fuck, is he gonna cut
Better
me?
not fuck up a
Am I about to be
practice.
cut twice in the same year?
See, when like as an outsider looking at when I got there and I saw Vrabel going off on you, there every part of me was like, "Oh, this is a funny joke by Vrabel." Now,
Not me.
did the set last about 5 minutes too long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's like timing, Rapes, right?
Yeah,
just
right,
a little bit
right,
of
right.
timing. Great head coach, stand-up comedian. He's up and down.
Yeah.
He's up and down, but he loves his half an hour team meetings.
Love
And
it.
I can't fucking wait for this being OTAs. I can't wait for this part. He's gonna show the shit. Like, oh yeah, Taylor.
You good?
You all right? Hey, just be easy on it. It's not like
Well,
you got to
it's-
find
it-
out if
it-
it's
you know.
broken. I got you,
You
but
heard it. Did you hear it?
I heard it, but I'm just saying, like, hey, be easy on it.
It's gonna be okay.
Like, act like you've been there.
Anyway, I could be a country star if I wanted to. It's fucking.
You were saying he's going to bring this up in OTAs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was it. He'll bring it up and he'll joke on me, and I'll sit there and be embarrassed. My face will get all red, and then
Yes, he's sitting there smiling.
I'll be smiling. Okay,
God damn it.
and I'll just be thinking, I'm gonna be the biggest fucking country star ever. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and get your jokes in
So,
now,
so
Briggs.
Taylor thinks he can be a country music star. Before the pod got going, Taylor was singing for the boys. It was a great time. You'll see it on this week's Under the Hood. But apparently he thinks he's going straight to the top. He's going platinum.
Can't go platinum in country music, but yes, I
Are you saying that because like they actually can't, or they just like statistically it's very rare?
no, you actually can't. I don't think country music allows you to go platinum. I think I've learned that. Now, once again, I want to triple down on what I've said about Kip Moore. I don't. It's no disrespect to him. I just could do it.
Yeah.
You just
know?
feel like you got that.
Yeah.
You feel like you got that
I
it.
can't play strum guitar, but I got Ernest for that. Can't write music, but I got Ernest for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I can just get on stage and fucking do the song with a couple tweakings,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying?
You would have a good stage presence.
I'm a great frontman.
Yeah.
I'm a great
Like
frontman.
if you're in the WWE, they judge like being on the mic a skill. What do they
Yeah.
call it? Like they say his mic skills, or what do they say? Ring
bad.
skills or whatever it is.
Mic skills.
Yeah. You'd be top notch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is that the official phrasing?
I don't know.
WWE?
I'm just
Yeah,
doing
but
my
great-
best to
yeah, but
compliment
you're
you because
right.
I
Like,
feel like you got a great presence
Thank
in
you.
front of crowds.
Yeah. You're the talent. You need the workhorse behind the scenes to set
Yeah.
everything up for it.
To make me look better than I am. And I
Right.
think that's Ernest.
Sure.
I would also I'm going on Ernest's podcast tomorrow. Was that is it JBE Just Being Ernest? Just Being Ernest. I'll be on there tomorrow at 4. But when does he come out? He comes out weekly? Every Monday. So you'll be hearing this on Wednesday. Just get excited. You're gonna hear the boy on Monday on JBE. That'll be exciting for us.
Would you like you and Dennis to switch spots and we can just interview you?
I am taking it a little too much. I am doing that a little too much.
Nah, you got
I
to
just
plug
think-
Ernest, dude. I fucking love
I
it.
just got
being
no for sure.
Taylor's just like looking at me. It was just like going in his head.
Right, like-
Yeah, I have been a little bit about me, haven't I? I have been a little bit about me since I've gotten here.
Cool. That's cool.
So I woke up this morning, my knee was feeling great, had a great workout,
Yeah.
and
You're in a good mood.
I'm in a great mood. You know, I was pissed off last night, but you know why?
Why?
What do you think? Because I remember what you said from
I
a
got in a
week
car
ago.
wreck last night.
Dude.
Sometimes I need to be reminded.
Yeah. So let's backtrack a week. The boys, Dennis is on here for a big reason because we play Rocket League. We play Risk. all
man.
this. We play these dumbass.
You're on here for more
Xbox games.
reasons, but yeah.
But
That's the
mostly
only
that.
reason Dennis is on. The only reason why Dennis is on is because he hangs out with us once in a while via
Virtually.
Virtual.
Yeah.
And I was not playing hot in Rocket League. Usually I play pretty base. And my friend from Arizona came back from Arizona to me into Nashville. So I'm like, oh, my buddy's here. Well, Will starts throwing a little shade at the boy. He starts hurting my feelings a little bit. Talking about how Father Time, everyone catches up Father Time.
It's a young man's
My
game.
yeah, it's a young man game. My thumb slowed down. So that happened Tuesday last week. And I've been thinking about it since Tuesday last week. It's Monday
Yeah.
the next week. Last night we played and I fucking went off. And I was talking shit to you and you pissed me off. And I had to let all that steam out.
You did. You
So I
were
woke
going
up
on.
today, my soul feels great.
Yeah,
my
because you
soul
got a
is
lot
like-
on your chest.
Yeah, I saged myself.
You went
I
so
feel
hard. You took a weird shot at Corey.
No, Corey got butthurt about me calling him a cupcake.
That's what I'm saying. You're like, hey,
I said
Corey,
something
you're
about
built
Corey.
like a cup. You look like a cupcake. You look like a muffin.
And you're surprised he's upset about that?
Why would he be mad about that?
Like it wasn't
he,
like.
he got so mad that it was. I almost had to get off. I was so uncomfortable.
Really?
He
Well,
was hot.
you could tell he was hot because of the shots he was taking. He goes, "That'd be dope if I looked like that." And I'm thinking, "Oh, I mean, no." Like you're just saying whatever's coming to your mind to feel like you're not bothered by it.
He tried to filibuster me. Like he was trying to talk so much that the thing kind of just went away.
Yeah, no, I would love if I looked like shit. And then
Corey got a cupcake vibe to him, and it's not an insult. And then he started calling me.
But it came out of nowhere. That's where I feel like it was a weird shot.
Everybody, dude. I was after fucking everybody.
You were on me, and he's like, "You're going hard at Will," and I think. I don't know, something was said, and then you're like, dude, you look like a cupcake, dude. You look like a muffin. I was murdering cats. Hey, we're all just kind of sitting there playing. Hey, like the kid at the fast food where he's just kind of like,
yeah, right.
The black kid, the fucking ginger hair kid's like backing up. Jesus Christ,
yeah, fucking shit. And then he comes with
it, and I was going off on.
And then his best clapback was calling you a pencil,
which was terrible.
And I had to think about that at first. I said, oh, he's talking about the way he's built.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, he's hurt. He's damaged. He's damaged.
Oh, my writing skills are trash.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what pencils do. They write checks. So calm your fucking ass down, Corey. You know what I'm saying?
It was
they can write checks if you go over with a pen after.
He was like, oh, Corey shook. Corey was shook a little bit last night.
I'll tell you who shook right now is me.
Why?
My pencil comment, but write the checks. I got 4 guys in the back going, that ain't it, though. That ain't it, Taylor. People are thinking, God, this motherfucker writes checks with a pencil? He's an money
And me and Dennis are just going with like, you cash checks, dude.
That's a fucking difference.
They're in the back like, these dumb fucking athletes, bro. Writing checks with pencils up there.
Yo, it doesn't matter. I'm going to make so much money being a country music star. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay. Well, Dennis, welcome to the fucking podcast. We're 16 minutes in. You've said 4 words. So let's hear a little bit about you.
No, sure.
195, 6'4", blowing dudes at sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's what he said. And then you fucking happen to. When did you get a scholarship offer? Were you a late bloomer, early bloomer?
Super late.
Super late.
Yeah. So like because I was playing basketball and football, like I was kind of getting recruited for both, and like. Supposedly they were saying like, well, we're not sure if he's going to pick football. We're not sure he's going to pick basketball. Like they were trying to play the game with me a little bit there.
Yeah.
So I didn't get an offer until like a month before senior year football started. And at that point, like recruiting really started to pick up football wise. But it was one of those things where I was a tight end. I was tall, as lanky. My shoulders weren't as broad as they are now. So like, well,
weird flex.
Yeah. But like, you're not really fast enough to be a tight end.
Right.
Like let's be clear here, but like, are you going to get big enough? That's a good picture. So like the Big Ten schools were talking to me, but not really interested.
Click on that photo.
The MAC schools started to draw some interest, but they weren't moving. And then my brother was just done with Eastern Illinois, and they're 1AA, and they're like, we'd love to have you, but you're not going to come here.
They knew.
So they wouldn't offer any. So I had nothing. We're just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? Like,
yeah.
Am I really just
call Eastern Illinois back? Like, hey, could you just start it?
Just give me one, please.
Yeah, dear God.
Oh,
yeah. No,
so you've always looked like that.
Yeah, no, I'm
hey,
ugly,
what the fuck? Hey, talking about cupcakes is a weird thing. That's just fucking hardcore.
This episode of Bussin with the Boys is also brought to you by Roman. Have you been dealing with acne, redness, dark spots, wrinkles, ugliness, Dennis? Finding treatment that works can be complicated. You need skincare that actually performs, but getting started can be overwhelming. Thankfully, the boys got a solution for you. Roman makes it convenient to get customized prescription skincare that actually performs. Just grab your phone or computer, complete a free online consultation, and you'll hear back from a U.S. licensed physician within 24 hours. If appropriate, a doctor will prescribe a custom blended treatment based on your skin type and priorities, Dennis. You'll receive your custom skincare treatment with free 2-day shipping. You also get free unlimited follow-ups with your doctor if you need to make a change to your treatment or have any questions, Dennis. With Roman, there are no commitments and you can cancel anytime, so it's risk-free. Go to GetRoman.com/Barstool to try out a 3-month supply of nightly defense for just $5. It's free to chat with a doctor, and your first order is just $5. That's GetRoman.com/Barstool. Eligibility requirements and additional terms may apply.
Did you play now? Did you ever go play rack at Purdue?
Oh, yeah. I broke a backboard.
Did you really?
Really?
Yeah,
fucking right.
Were you the best player
awesome.
on like the football team? You know how everybody in football thinks they can go to the NBA.
Everyone thinks
everyone does. Everyone thinks they're
really
an NBA
good
player.
at basketball was Quan Short.
Oh, really?
KK, yeah. So his high school team won state in Indiana, and he had Etwan Moore, a bunch of like really great college basketball players, like
Yeah.
a couple of the Purdue guys, but he was just as good as a lot of them. Obviously, you know, his body, like he's tall and he's rounder, but like he can move. Like he was really
we had
good.
some guys like that at Michigan too that would
Yeah.
go play a rec, and they on the football field you'd be like, this guy can't move, and you put him on the basketball court, and then all of a sudden like you're like, what?
Yeah.
Just do that.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Do that, but on the football field.
Yeah, but do that shit. Like,
Yeah.
you can fucking wiggle
Yeah.
and shit. I can't play basketball to save my life. Kwan Short, is he still with Carolina? He goes
Yeah, I
somewhere
think
else.
so. I
Because
didn't hear
him and
otherwise.
Starr were dominant for a while. You play Carolina.
mm-hmm.
Those two in the middle
Yeah.
are tough. And obviously at Purdue, he was a stud too. You guys had a lot of talent there when you. Well, I guess you're a year older.
Yeah,
than me.
but let's, you know.
But it's Purdue.
Yeah.
Right. It's like Nebraska.
No, let's
Yeah.
not disrespect
Michigan-
Nebraska like
Okay,
that.
just so
Dude,
we're clear, Michigan can't really talk.
Yeah,
either.
what is Michigan
Like,
talking
what-
about? Y'all just rehired Harbaugh.
You re-signed him.
Yeah.
You guys.
Extended him.
But look at you guys.
You looked at his work. You looked at his work, and you're like, "Oh, this is what Michigan's about.
Let's reward
Let's
that.
re-up him."
Yeah. No. But here's the deal. But listen,
Yep.
you guys care. I play for the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, don't pull out an insurance policy.
Titans cut me and I go somewhere else. I play for them.
Don't pull an insurance policy,
That's
dude.
how it fucking works with me, dude. You guys both know that.
No, nope. To me, that's
You
just an
just said
insurance
yes.
policy.
No, now you're saying no.
No. What I'm saying is that like when you're talking about bouncing ball,
Yeah,
like when Michigan's killing it, you're wearing the Letterman jacket.
When has Michigan killed it?
He
Yo,
came
I
out.
don't have a Letterman jacket.
He came out and said it goes Tom Brady, me, and then everyone else without thinking of Charles Woodson, dude.
Charles Woodson got hot.
I know, I saw that.
He goes, I didn't have a conversation with you, young man. I'm like, God, didn't you in the principal's office? Like, obviously, Woodson, you're a stud. Also, come on, Bussin with the boys. We'd love to have you on.
Hell yeah, that'd be
He's a
awesome,
stud, dude.
dude. He is an animal.
Yeah. Hey, I got a cool story about it. It was the first time I came back to Michigan. It was in the summertime. I had court to go to.
Yes, go on.
I had court and like Woodson and I think Hutchinson and Long had like this charity event, and I was on State Street with my boys. It was like the main road there, and that we're getting after it. Like it's summertime, we are getting the fuck after it. Like we have many pools. I'm sitting in that pool, and I'm peed in that thing about 16 times, and I drank about 17 beers.
Yeah.
Well, Woodson pulls up. He sees me and he pulls up, and I'm with all my college boys. And Woodson's like, "Lawad, come here." And I'm like, holy fuck, that's
Yeah,
Charles
right?
Woodson, no doubt. Dude, that's
Yeah.
cool as shit. He came up, dapped me up, and he's like, "Hey, you going to the thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be there." Like, I'm not Mr. Cool Guy, right? Like, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I showed up to that damn thing so drunk. Like, there was about halfway through, Jake Long's wife's like, "Hey, it's probably time to go home." Don't you think? Got my eyes fucking thrown out of there, dude.
Oh man.
But yeah, court went well though too, so it was a good deal.
It seemed like it. You celebrated afterwards.
Well, no,
Oh, let's get
before.
hammered, dude.
Yeah, that was tight. That was tight.
But yeah, Purdue not being, before we got into it, with all due respect, not trying to, I'm sure it'll come off as disrespectful, but what is it like playing, college football
And knowing
and
you're
not,
gonna lose?
yeah, knowing you're going to lose, like not being good.
You guys probably didn't think you were gonna lose.
Come on now.
So like we
Hey, I've had conversations with Ryan Kerrigan, and who you went to school with,
right.
and he's like, yeah, I mean, you're
Right,
the
like
culture, like you're going to lose, so you're already talking about what parties, like you're just
yeah,
just
like
getting hammered all the time.
Like there were
It's gonna go great for Purdue's recruiting process right now.
at the time there were at this point 3 coaches away from that point now. or
Yeah.
2. So like it's a different program, but when I was there, like teams like Ohio State, we weren't going to beat,
Yeah,
and then we ended up beating them twice,
neither were we.
and then so
we
like
did beat
like
them.
you had a couple games you won that you weren't
right,
supposed
it
to
felt
win.
like we
You guys- you guys
won games
always
that we
beat
weren't supposed
Michigan.
to. Always beat Michigan. I had a winning record against Ohio State, but then would lose to Rice, would lose to Northern Illinois,
Weird.
would lose to Illinois. Like we just were so inconsistent, and it really was frustrating as hell because you're like, why can we beat this team who is potentially a national champion contender, right?
You think they just slept on you though? Like
Yeah, I mean they for sure did, and like
not as much your inconsistency as it is they slept on you.
well, like when we beat Ohio State the one year, Kerrigan balled out, right? They had like 3 sacks, strip sacks, like recovered 2 of them. Like Terrell Pryor didn't play very well. Like everything fell our way.
Remember Terrell Pryor?
Dude, yeah, he was a beast, dude.
He had the tattoo.
I remember him
thing
coming
there.
out of high school too, 5-star #1 player in the
He looked like Cam Newton, damn near, dude. He
Right.
was a big ass
Yeah, he's
dude.
huge.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that always happened to you guys, but like, obviously Michigan we thought we were going to win every game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like the opposite.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to win all them things, and we
Mhm.
never really won at all. Purdue donkeyed us. When you brought up Illinois, I forgot Illinois was even in the fucking Big Ten, dude. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, you go to Champaign. There's somebody in Champaign right now listening going, I'm done with Bussin. They're dead. One fucking viewer. But I'm telling you, dude, you go to Champaign, and I remember the first time I was going there was my redshirt freshman year, and they're like, hey, when you get down there, it smells like shit down there. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Like, yeah, these are guys who are just trying to say whatever. It smells like shit down there. It smells like cow shit everywhere. And you go play a football game the whole time, you're like, is that fertilizer? Like, what is that?
Yeah, what does that smell?
Yeah, it's hot dogs and fucking poop. And then you leave and you're like, people live there?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane to me. People go, I like champagne. Champagne sounds nice.
Yeah.
Let's have some champagne, dude. And you're like,
Were they your rival?
fuck?
Was Illinois Purdue's
Yeah,
Yeah,
rival?
so we have a
Indiana's
trophy
rival.
with them. I use the big rival, and then Notre Dame are like our 3 trophy games.
Notre Dame's,
right?
I feel like Notre Dame's rivals with everybody.
Yeah,
They're
like
the rivals
I
of
feel like
Miami.
you're just claiming Notre Dame.
Well, no, like
Like Notre Dame has a rivalry with Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
USC.
For us. It was always Notre Dame, Michigan State, and Ohio State. Yeah, they're USC, Miami, Purdue, apparently.
Yeah, apparently
Michigan.
Purdue. Throw the Boilermakers
No,
in there.
our rivalry
Hey,
is
big
more
game
than,
this
like,
week.
Seminoles. I think the Seminoles and them have a little bit of tiff. What'd you say?
Like
That's
our
a big
rivalry
game.
is bigger than Notre Dame and Miami. Like their game, the what was it, the Catholics versus criminals or whatever
Yeah.
the 30 for 30 was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that game obviously was much bigger than any Purdue Notre Dame game.
But the whole
But
The whole
overall-
series, like we've played because they're an hour away from our town, or hour 15, whatever. South Bend and West Lafayette aren't.
I love
far
it. Like
away.
town versus town. It's not like city versus city.
Yeah. Do you know you can get thrown out of Notre Dame if you have sex? If you get caught having sex?
Really?
Yeah, apparently that's a thing. Like, if you go to
Double
Notre
check
Dame,
that.
Are you sure?
That is a
If you go to
crazy.
Notre Dame,
I know,
That's a
you get
crazy.
I know
expelled for getting caught having
BYU,
sex.
that's true. Because
Yeah.
they're Mormons, but I never heard that about
Whoa,
Notre
we
Dame.
respect
Yo,
the Mormons.
let's
We
take it
love
easy,
Mormons
Dennis.
here.
Oh.
A
Dennis
weird
Kelly
shot.
said that. Not Taylor Lewan, not Will Compton. Dennis Kelly said that.
He does not represent the thoughts of and beliefs of Bussin' with the Boys.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Jack Mormons, though, get crazy. You heard of Jack Mormons?
Jack?
Jack Mormons.
Oh
It's
no,
like a,
no.
It's like a phrase. people
Clearly
use.
not. I thought you were saying Jack is Mormon.
Yeah, no,
You're like,
I
no,
don't think
Jack
Jack's
Mormon.
God damn. Like, there's a phrase they call Mormons is called Jack Mormons. It's like they're Mormons, but they're like not really Mormons. Like they party fucking hard and get
Like
after it.
lukewarm Mormons.
Yeah. Does it say that?
Yeah, it says
Subject to referral.
It says it's basically up to a board, but yeah, you can be kicked out.
Oh, that's tough.
So you can be. So it's not like a death
If you
sentence.
get caught having
I don't
sex.
think you can do that in Michigan.
Consequently, students who engage in sexual union outside of marriage may be subject to referral to the university conduct process. Yeah,
That's a weird deal, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
That's a random stat you threw that
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but why
was.
do
we
you
all
know
learned
that?
from today.
Like, why do you know that?
I don't know, but we all learned today. I know
I
that
think
much.
Manti Te'o told me that
Really?
straight up. I saw Manti Te'o like the week before his girlfriend thing came out. We were in the All American game together, and then I saw him at
Fox.
like the. Well, wait for this. I saw him at the Walter. Not the. It was like some All American thing.
Go on, you can
College-
say it.
No. What is it called?
The award ceremony
The award ceremony. That's like
for all the college awards.
yeah,
Yeah,
for All American. What is that?
I don't
It's
know.
like Walter Camp All American or something
Sure.
like that.
Okay. Yeah.
I
You were
saw-
at a banquet dressed to the
Yeah.
nines.
All the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
players in the
You saw Manti
country.
Te'o. Hey, we're
and I
all
was
going
one
to
of
the.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, hey, we're all going to the
Those were
first round.
reporting. I
boys.
was there with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I saw him there, and it was like a week before his shit came out with what's her name, and he and I were talking for a little bit, and he brought that up to me, and he didn't act like that shit was going down at all, like with his girlfriend. That wasn't really his girlfriend. That was like
Yeah.
it was a dude, right?
No.
Oh, I don't,
she
it was just an
didn't
invisible
exist.
person, right?
Yeah.
No, well, obviously she had to. He had to talk to somebody.
It was a dude.
Yeah, it was a dude.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, dude playing
I'm
him.
laying down some heat today. I'm laying down like the knowledge brain cell.
You did come correct.
We don't have the privilege of going to these, high level All American type banquets.
Yeah, I'm at the NFL.
Will's been to the Pro Bowl.
I have. I've been to the
He was
Pro
a
Bowl.
guest of mine there. We had a great time.
It was a fucking great time. I don't regret it at all.
PD last year, tore his ACL this year. We're fucking downhill. My last 2 years have been shit. I was thinking about that the other day.
I was in the NFLPA game. That's a third tier game.
Is that really?
Senior
It
year.
goes that then East West, right?
No, it goes the Under Armour All American game, East West Shrine Bowl,
Oh, they
and
had it
then
in high school?
NFLPA. Oh no, I'm thinking college.
What's the Under Armour All American game in college?
What is in college?
That's
the
high
Reese's game.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, the
Senior
Senior
Bowl.
Bowl.
Oh, Senior Bowl. My bad. Yeah,
You
Under
good?
Armour. That's what I'm saying. I haven't been there. You know what I mean?
Fine.
Yo.
It's all good. Dennis, which one did you do? What?
I went to the Casino del Sol Bowl.
Hey, I remember hearing about that bowl.
Arizona.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Sounds like a blast.
It was like
though.
80% Arizona schools.
Really?
And
So it's just like U of A and ASU in northern Arizona.
Mhm.
Getting
I
the
want to
fuck
say it
after
went
dude.
the Reese's Senior Bowl, East-West game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
East-West game, and then NFLPA, and then like Texas versus the Nation.
Yeah.
And then
then
fucking
the high school
Casa
going
del
down.
Sol,
Yeah.
dude.
What is it? Corona del Sol? What is it called?
Casino del Sol. Casa del Sol.
Coronavirus del Sol, dude. Look at that. Monday night Casino del Sol
Do you
style.
still have the jersey from that game?
Yes. I don't
That's
know
epic.
where
A dude
exact-
that's been-
it's in my house in Indy.
And you've made it 8 years in the league.
Yeah. 9.
They've told you, hey,
This is your 9th year?
This was my 9th year.
How many years have I played? No, I thought you were
I think you're
only 1 year older
7.
than
I
me.
didn't redshirt. So I'm a year age-wise older than you, but
What
I didn't
year?
redshirt either.
but he only finished year 7. I finished year 8.
I finished year 9.
So you're
7, 8,
2 years.
9. Youngest cat here. Old as fucks.
How old are
30?
you?
Just turned 31.
Just turned 31?
I turned 31 too.
Yeah.
I'm only 29.
I'm a red shirt old guy. You know what I'm
so-
saying?
right,
I'm so
Like
fucking
5 years of
29.
college.
Yeah.
Oh, that was me too. It's disgusting. Any
Yeah,
kid,
but at least
any
you-
kid out there listening to us right now, if you can leave early, do it. All right? Loyalty.
If you know
to
you're getting
school-
drafted.
Yeah, if
you know
works
you're
out
getting
for you.
drafted.
Yeah, if you know you're going to get drafted 5 rounds up. If you can get drafted in the 5th round, go. I really think like there ain't no loyalty anywhere. That school doesn't care about you. They're great. It's awesome. Leave. Just get out as if you can because that's more tread on the tires.
I would agree that
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
can get to the league earlier
Yeah.
rather than later, that is the best course of action
Best
to
course
do.
of
Because
action.
the school's going to be there when you're done playing, too.
I don't know what that means.
You could get your degree while you're still playing.
Yeah, but if you
Or after
ball,
you're done
if you
playing.
ball out,
Yeah.
you don't need a degree.
Right.
Did you get a degree?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good. Good for
Yeah,
you.
so why you
What are you
shitting
talking? What are you
on it?
bummed
Nah,
about?
I didn't.
You want to be the guy
You
who
didn't
goes
want
5 years, doesn't get a degree, and you just play in the league?
Hey,
Van
my
Wilder?
5th year. My 5th year, dude, I was repping. I had like one class. It was like 1 credit.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like
Dude, I went to class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the rest were online.
God,
Yeah.
how,
It was
we didn't have
fucking
any
amazing,
online classes, dude.
It was fun. One of my classes was bowling, and the other was coaching track.
Yeah.
It was the
you
best.
coach track,
It was the class was called coaching track.
and that's something.
Hey, I
That
know,
explains
dude.
a lot.
Because
took a
I
Hula class
I
once.
graduated early, so I got to just take credits just to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
eligible.
That's
Yeah.
epic. So if you graduate early, you don't have to go get a master's.
You can choose to go get your master's, but
I thought-
I opted out. I opted out of a master's degree.
I think at Michigan you have to. I never heard of someone who graduated early not doing the fucking what's it called?
Towards
Going
the
towards
Masters,
masters.
yeah.
Really?
I don't think I never heard it.
Interesting.
I could be totally wrong right now, but and I also we never had online classes either.
Really?
That would have been awesome, dude.
Oh,
Those were
bro,
so
yes. The
nice,
online
man.
classes were so dope.
Ain't
The
that
biscuit-
a bitch,
The
dude.
Biscuit wrote a lot of my papers.
Did he really?
I would trade Brad LeBrot. I would trade him cases of Gatorade shakes to write my papers.
You're lying.
Swear to God.
Yo, that's funny as fuck. My grandmother wrote. I had like an independent study with some dude. His name was something Professor Potter. The guy talked like this, like I'm talking right now, but you meet him. Hey, but hello, Taylor. How are you today? You doing all right? Is everything all, and you're like, this should have a fake English accent.
That's where you had the Jerry. That's where it stems.
No, Jerry is from Camden Town.
I
London.
understand. Okay.
Do you want me to go over that
No,
with
no,
you?
no, no,
Is that
please.
him?
Stay the course.
David Potter? Yeah, pull his face up, dude. Oh, that's his face right there. Yeah, that's him. 100% him. Great guy. Had a bubbly personality, but you'd walk out of the meeting and be like, God damn, did he just really think I bought that the whole time? Anyway, you had to do an independent study with him, and for like 3 credits, it was like 35-page paper, like something crazy, but it
Yeah.
was over the whole thing. My grandmother wrote that thing for me. Got an
35
A.
pages,
Got a
bro.
fucking A on that bitch. Yes.
Thank God.
Yeah, right?
I was the king of the 2.0.
That's what
King
you
of
get,
it,
the
dude.
2.0
Teachers would be
average.
like, hey, if you just write this, if you just change 1, 2, or 3 things, you'll go from a C to a B. And I'd just be
It's
like,
like done.
we're good here. No.
He said
No,
2.0.
No, thanks.
We're
I'd rather
fine with
not.
the C. Yeah, 100%. Dude, I there was only one thing. I was going to the NFL.
What were you? Were you an academic All-American?
No, I was academic
Dean's
all
list?
conference.
Same.
What does that mean?
Like, you're
Academic
like
all
if you're
conference.
over 3.0 while playing for the Big Ten. But I did not go to class ever.
Really?
Really?
They
Ever.
didn't check your classes?
They did. So like early on,
Purdue don't give a shit like that.
Hey,
Then
Purdue.
because Bo Pelini would fucking.
They're like, hey, we're
go
going 6 and 6 this year.
So like it would work. So like early on they do it right, and then like kind of they figure out who they can give a little bit of leash to and who they can't. So some people they had to walk to class, right? You've always heard about that, like where guys have to have their hand held, walked into class, wait for them, and all that. And then other guys who are killing it, like Kerrigan is really smart.
Where they don't check on you.
You
as
do
much.
whatever you want, right?
Mhm.
But so my biggest challenge was in my major, attendance was huge. Like would drop you a letter grade if you had like 2 unexcused, right? So you find someone to sign the sign-in sheet. And so you just mix it up every once in a while. And it worked out. I did all the work and all the work was fine.
I respect it.
I
At least you
respect
got
that
your
too.
shit done, and you. What
Yeah.
was your GPA? You had a good. You got academic all conference. So
So I got that for 2 years. The last year I didn't. Finished with, it was bad because the last semester, so the year I got drafted, the spring I got drafted, I had to take 18 to try and graduate in 4. And because I didn't do the combine, I went on like 9 or 10 visits to teams to do all the doctor shit.
You weren't
I didn't
invited
go
to
to
the
the
combine?
combine, no. And
Damn.
so, I mean, Casino del Sol Bowl, man. Like,
yeah, hey, shout out the
I'm sorry.
non-combine
Those guys don't go.
invitees, dude.
but yeah.
Privilege.
Wait, what did you say? What was the thing that shout out the what?
Shout out the non-combine
guys. And you tried to,
draftees,
Oh.
yeah.
invitees.
Were you drafted?
I was drafted.
Shout out drafted guys.
Yeah, boom. There it is. Fuck. But anyways, so I missed a bunch
Were you
of
drafted in the
classes.
first round?
No.
Shout out non-drafted in the first round, guys.
Okay. Shout out offensive lineman.
This is fun. This is making me feel great.
Yeah. Dennis is bumped every time. Hey, shout out hosted Bussin with the boys.
We're gonna have a collage.
Hey, they're not scrawny. They're nice. It's all good. You're all right.
We're gonna have a collage of like just missed daps where you just set me up every time.
God. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So that's
What was your GPA? Like, what was your ending GPA?
It was a little over 2. Because
you were trying. He was buying an
hit.
insurance policy, talking about all the visits. Like he had to
because-
try and
so there's a reason.
graduate. I had to do 18 hours.
To graduate
What was the
before.
fucking GPA?
It was over 2.
Okay.
But I don't remember exactly because I missed so many classes. I failed like 3 classes that semester, and that
Because you were going league.
well, no, because I was going to job interviews essentially, but they didn't count it as a job interview. Like I'm like, hey, listen, I got to go to Philly, I got to go to Arizona, I'm going to Tampa. Like I'm going to be gone. And again, when you have attendance based on your grade or your grades based on attendance, like they just docked me. Like they didn't care.
Yeah.
So
I
to
feel
the
you.
point, so I got drafted, and then I
so
took
you got a
a
little
final that
fucked.
next weekend, right, or that next week. And so I finished my final, and this was one of the classes where I was like, "Am I going to get screwed here? Like what? Like wasn't really sure." I hand in the final, and he goes, "Hey man, congratulations! Like really happy for you." Turns out grades come out the next week, fucking F. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like,
Really?
On your way out.
What a
you knew
son
what
of
I
a
was.
bitch.
You knew what I was doing. Like it wasn't like I was.
Fuck that guy, dude. He just smiled in your face and spit in the back.
I mean, I probably
Yeah.
kind of deserved
Yeah.
it. What?
That's a
What?
weird phrase.
I liked it
Smiled
though.
in your face and spit in the back. Hey,
I was riding with it though. I was like, hell yeah, dude, that's a good one.
keep talking so it goes away. Keep talking so my feelings go away.
But so it's probably karma because of missing the classes and getting the.
He
the
compliments
good
you and then
grades.
shits in your hand.
Yeah, there it is. So I had to like the first couple of years in the league, I had to take courses to finish up. And then
You and I had a much different situation going into the draft.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, no, like it just sounds different.
yeah.
I wouldn't think about school at all.
Yeah.
Oh my
Guys, so yeah, some of it has to think about that shit because we might not have the actual future of the NFL.
Right?
Yeah, well, that's a good way to not have the future. You can't have plan B.
Oh, no,
Burn
no.
the bridges. Burn the fucking boats, right?
I do enjoy that phrase for sure.
You like the phrase, but you don't want to live it.
No, because you're tying it in to don't have a plan B, and then you're like burn the fucking boats, right? That's gonna get me hyped up. But I'm not sold on the don't have a plan B because it deteriorates from plan A. I'm a big,
Eggs in a lot of baskets guy?
yeah, different baskets, like
Like
just
the hedges best.
yeah. There we go. Thank you, Dennis.
Sure.
If this was just me and Taylor on the pod, we would have been trying to figure out what words to use.
Like,
on
what
the
am I
5
pod.
minutes would have gone by and we would have lost a lot of viewers. So we're glad.
Yeah.
We're glad you figured that out. Well, fuck, it seemed like it all worked out.
Yeah.
One thing that didn't work out, but you had a hell of a game in, was AFC Championship last year. How about that for a transition?
I was gonna say we just skipped the entire career.
Well, I mean, fuck.
When'd you get drafted?
Not a 5th round.
Where'd you go? Eagles?
Philly.
How long were you there?
4 years.
And then he came to the Titans.
I got traded here.
For
And now we're
DGB.
here.
Yeah. No, I'm here.
Hey, you know who DGB is?
Yeah, Green Beckham or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wide receiver that was supposed to be
He was
insane.
supposed to
but
be
Yeah.
insane.
Like, I would have traded myself for him.
absolutely.
Yeah.
For that talent,
Right.
that's definitely a woulda, shoulda, coulda guy.
He's out of the league now.
Yeah.
So, whoops on the Eagles, right?
Yeah, whoops on the
but not
Eagles,
us.
dude. We beat Dennis for the old NFC East division title.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a conference.
Division.
Whatever. Whatever, dude.
That was an awesome time. It's the only other time I won the division.
Yeah.
But it was a great time because that game was on the line for the division.
Yeah.
Whoever won.
Yeah.
the
Whoever
division.
won that one won the division.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And it was like on Christmas. Like we flew back to
You used to
Ashburn that
fly?
night. Yeah, we flew to Philly.
We trained.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Because they're all an hour apart. Except
Yeah.
for Dallas.
And we got back and it was just, you couldn't move at our facility. Like
Yeah.
you had to drive like 2 miles an hour. Everybody's banging on your vehicle because you just won.
Right.
Dude, it was so lit.
Yeah.
God,
I mean, my only sack
Sucks
of my
for us,
career was
but-
that game.
Really?
Yeah. I hit a dab too.
I think I've seen that video.
You probably have. It's a GIF.
He is sacked back at the 20-yard line, and it was Will Compton. Will Compton from that inside linebacker position with the sack.
It's a
It
good.
is?
If you type it, yeah.
Yo, he's so proud of it.
It's a gentleman's dab. That's what we
Shit, what's
phrased
that
it.
look like?
What's up?
What's that look like?
Do it.
A gentleman's dab?
Yeah.
I had a little walk. You know, I have my little walk. I stuck my hand out, bring it in, dab. And then the next week, I built on it because I had a pick against Dallas. Then did a little dance with it and dabbed.
A lot of chatter going on. 3rd and 14. Middle of the field. High and intercepted. Will Compton has it. It was intended for Jason Witten. And the takeaway straight out of Compton. It gets back to the 42.
And this ball.
Who'd
You had a
get it on?
pick?
Yeah, this was my first pick too.
Oh shit.
And I was chill. He took me out and had me rest in the second half. Yeah.
You had it like that, huh?
Dude, hey, I'm telling you, he came up to me and goes, who would have thought somebody like you'd be resting in the second half? And I just started laughing. I was like, I appreciate that compliment. That was Jay Gruden. Oh,
He
man.
said that shit to you?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. Then I came to the Titans.
Yeah.
Hey, then you guys both came to the Titans. I mean, that's how we all met.
And then that's how the boys met,
That was
dude.
beautiful.
Remember hearing the infancy of this whole idea and just thinking, there's no way he's gonna fucking do this.
Right. I thought the same thing.
Like,
I thought
I
this
don't-
is fun to talk about.
Right. I had
Yeah.
like a whole I had a
This is
whole
fun to
year
talk
of
about.
What are you
Taylor
talking
having
about?
all these great ideas and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm like, this is great. Are you gonna do anything? And then Will just came in and like no, it's all set up. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, this is like the perfect foil.
I got a lot of ideas for this offseason I haven't really followed through on yet.
Sure.
Boys, you know what I'm talking about. We got some good shit.
Let's not say them. We can't say them.
Can't say them.
They're good. They're good ideas though. One isn't a
I
killer.
would say all three are great ideas.
Yeah, but I do believe that one. You know which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about. I
heater.
think that one
gonna be a
fucking
heater.
Yeah, I think that one is a heater, bro.
Should we cut it and tell Dennis what it is real quick?
You can say this is fun for me.
Right.
Just
we should
sit
just tell it what it is.
Yeah, we'll
Everyone
cut it.
knows what's talking on.
All right. Hey, cut
Cut
it here.
right now. We're gonna read an
Cut
ad.
it here.
Yeah.
Cut it here. We're going to read an ad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take a little break from Bussin with the boys. We're going to talk about bare bottom clothing. Now, once again, we're not talking about B-A-R-E. B-A-R-E. Yeah, it's not that. It's B-E-A-R. Bottom clothing. We're talking about versatility here. Everyday clothes that guys want to wear. Sorry, ladies, just for guys. Versatility. You're wearing them, you're cozy, you're comfy, and it's built for value. All right? You're getting comfortable, long-lasting shorts, pants, spandex. You have little feet, little joggers. You're feeling it out and you're feeling special about yourself. And they must be doing something right because they have 100,000 plus customers. Okay, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people diving in and getting their stuff. And I'm gonna help you out with just a little touch. Because if you go and use the code Bussin, that's Bussin, for your free shipping. Sometimes that's half the thing, right? Because you go and you get the stuff and you're like, okay, this is what I have. I can spend $120 on it. And then you buy $119 of the stuff. You think, well, saved $1. And then you realize, I got to go to shipping now. And it's 3 to 5 days. That takes forever. And it costs $37. And now you're mad and you're upset at bare bottom clothing and they didn't do anything wrong. But now if you just use Bussin, Bussin, as the code that the boys are going to help you out with, you're living and it's easy. All right. Don't be like Will Compton. Don't be like Will Compton who rolls his jeans up because it's the new fad in town. Thinks he lives in East Nashville. Be bare bottom. Be set apart, dude. Just go to barebottomclothing.com. That's BEAR, and then you can spell clothing by yourself. You can figure that out. All right. It's like the animal. All right. And use the code Bussin, you get free shipping. All right. I'd love to read all of this, but I just can't. I got some bare bottom stuff the other day. Changed my life. I put them on. My boys downstairs said, "We're happy here," because it's not that big. So that's the voice. We're happy here. And that's how we went. Enjoy the rest of the show, folks. And we're back after that ad read.
That was a good ad.
That was a solid ad.
We're up to 4.
Oh, we have 4 this week.
We're climbing back up. The boys are climbing back up.
God.
Good on you.
Hey, those pencil checks are going to work out a lot better.
Hell yeah.
And things are going to hit a little
Fuck
bit
the
better.
haters, dude.
So back to what we were talking about before we ended up what we were talking about. And then the one thing, but you said, let's just jump over Dennis's career. AFC Championship game last year, Chiefs versus Titans. You had a touchdown in that game.
I did have a touchdown.
Wonderful. You don't have to pull it up, Alex. We all know what it looks like. Wonderful touchdown. Guy catches it. He's on his knees, hands in the air. The boy comes over, gives him a big bear hug. It was an awesome thing. Started great and a not so great, right? Patrick Mahomes does that thing. Our defense forgot how to tackle that day. Whatever. Tis what it is.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning a Super Bowl. Now, go backwards 1 week.
Okay.
Will and I were going over who we think is going to win the AFC Championship games. I think we both went Bucks.
Oh, so now we're up to now. Okay, that's what I was like. Okay, why would I bet? Be like, hey, I think the Chiefs are going to beat you guys.
Yeah, we both went Bucks, right?
Yeah, I wanted the Bucks and would have bet Packers. That's what I said. So I was wrong.
Okay, wrong twice then, because you also said you were picking the Bills.
Yeah, true.
And your boy picked Chiefs. Now I'm willing to go on a limb and Bills Mafia. Please, I really don't want to go into it with you guys again because I got a hurt knee. I just can't handle it. That game didn't seem very competitive to me. It seemed like from the get-go. I mean, they jumped up early, but
went up 10-0. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't nothing. It was to the point where I got up and just stopped watching the game.
Yeah, I turned the game off around the halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah,
and it was kind of like it was.
I tell you what though, the Chiefs are getting hot. Like the week before, you kind of like Patrick or Mahomes went down, Henny came in, and they were still close. You know what I mean? You kind of didn't know what Chiefs was going to show up, but that's probably from having like 2 weeks off.
Yeah,
and then they came in yesterday. And they look like
they look legit.
Yeah, they look legit.
With a woozy Pat. You know he won 100%.
Yeah. Get that. Now he's got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to get that little toe right.
I'm talking about his fucking.
I know, but he also had like turf toe.
He's got turf toe. Yeah,
I heard turf toe's a bitch, dude.
Yeah,
I heard that shit's awful. Who you got in the Super Bowl?
Instinct goes with Mahomes.
Yeah,
and the Chiefs, just because if they're rolling, like you saw it yesterday, like it's hard to stop them, man. Like I don't care who you are, like no lead safe.
That's so true. You got to be up at least like legit, like
no lead is safe.
Right.
I like that.
But for real, when they played the Houston Texans, the game before us last year.
Yeah, it was like 21-0.
Dude,
right?
I was watching that game, and people. I think we were in the group chat. Everyone was texting like, it was like we're playing Houston, and in my head, I'm like, I don't think so. Like you never know. And sure enough, dude. Well, that shit just started snowballing.
But like
when Mahomes,
the Chiefs were playing so bad that first quarter and a half, though.
Yeah.
So you're like, well, if this hasn't changed, like, there's no reason to assume that they're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when the Chiefs score and they're down, and Mahomes hits this.
Yeah.
When Mahomes hits this, you're like, all right, the boys are gonna start fucking rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's like his move. When you see that going on.
Yeah.
Buckle the fuck up, boys.
Some blood flow? Is that?
Yeah. Oh, it gets the blood flow a little down low. It gets you hype. You know what I mean?
When we were in the AFC Championship game last year, how'd you feel when you were watching? Were you kind of like hoping the Chiefs would beat us?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't hoping the Chiefs would beat you guys. I wasn't. But there was a mental battle like, damn, the boys are going to go to the Super Bowl and I'm not on the team.
Yeah.
Like the year after I'm off the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wanted you guys to win.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I didn't feel that way on the AFC champion. AFC
like I wasn't on the team, so it's not like I wasn't like I wasn't on. Yeah, exactly. Right. For me, it was like we'd get to throw another banger watch party.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
for the boys.
Excited.
Yeah, just excited.
But
you're kind of like you're kind of like fuck. Like these boys are about to go.
Yeah,
and I'm not on the team.
Yeah,
dude. If we went to that Super Bowl, I bet we win. I bet we would have won. We would have beat the 49ers.
That would have been a good fucking game. Hey, that would have been a good game.
Similarly built teams. Our defense was hot with peas.
Yeah.
They were crushing it. Our run game was legit. Their run game was legit.
Their defense was weird.
And
their defense was better than our defense, like statistically, right?
Right.
But we were like, dude, you
guys were clicking.
Us.
You guys had momentum.
Stop us last year.
True.
You guys were 9-7 in the playoffs, looking like you were Like, the best team in the league.
one of the higher
One of the
seeds.
best teams in the league.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like Will's got something to say.
Yeah, go ahead. You don't
No, I mean, yeah, it sucks you guys lost.
but do you think we would have had a chance to beat? Well, we had obviously had a chance. But
Yeah, if you guys would have beat the Chiefs, there's no question that I would have thought in my mind they're going to win the fucking Super Bowl.
Imagine doing that, dude. Imagine winning that.
And I would have been in
Imagine
Miami.
how drunk we would have both been.
I would have been in Miami on your tickets.
Hey, Bubba hit me up for Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah, he hit me up too.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Did you give them to him?
No.
Damn, that's crazy. Nah, I didn't even get him this year.
Yeah, I didn't get my tickets either.
This might be the best fucking Super Bowl we've ever seen, though. Like Tom Brady, the goatiest of all goats.
The GOAT versus the GOAT.
This is no. I'm not buying that. I'm not subscribing to that.
Okay, that's fine.
The fucking young future
Already
goat,
dead.
Yeah.
like a future goat-esque dude versus the goat of all goats. Tom Brady is the goatiest of all goats over
Michael Jordan. I believe it.
Messi, Ronaldo, all of them.
Yeah.
He's
Tom
the goat
Brady.
Tom Brady is the goat of all goats.
Is the GOAT of
Mayweather?
sports.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
I
goat
think
of all
so.
goats.
Dude, he's
Mayweather's
going to his 10th Super Bowl out
yeah.
of 55
It's crazy.
total.
Dude, he has more of a chance. He has a better chance every year making the Super Bowl than Stephon Curry has
Yes,
making
I
a
saw that
three-pointer.
today.
You see that?
Yes.
Stephon. Stephon. It's up for interpretation. How's he spell it?
Steph Curry.
Stephan, right?
I don't know.
Stephon.
Pull it up.
It doesn't. What is it gonna be like Siri? It's Stephan.
Let's just say Steph Curry.
Yeah, we'll just call him
So
Steph.
Steph Curry. They said Steph Curry in his all-time three-pointing shooting, he has a 41% chance of making it, which is high, right? That's a high percentage.
Oh, it's Steven.
What is it, Steven?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
It's Stephen Curry.
It's
Stephon.
They're just gonna call him
Stephen Curry,
from
right?
now on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what is-
Stephen Curry.
But anyway, this
Oh,
dude,
it's Steven.
he's like the most pure shooter of all time, right?
Right.
So people are
Great
saying he's the
shooter.
best shooter of all time.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has a better chance going to the Super Bowl than Steph has making a three-pointer.
Right. I mean, taking those numbers, like Steph has shot thousands of threes
Yeah.
compared to, Brady's how many
What's
years,
harder
20-year
to
playing
make?
career or
That's
something like
But
that?
what's harder to make?
It's a 3-point. It's one basket.
One basket.
No, I know. No,
Professional
I'm with guys. Listen, I'm with that. I'm just saying, I don't know if Tom Brady played thousands of years, like the amount of shots Steph has made, that he'd be going to the Super Bowl 40-something% of the time.
Yeah, because no one lives thousands of years.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
So
I'm
what are
just
you saying?
I feel like we're taking.
No, you're
we're
arguing
comparing
something.
apples to oranges.
Why can't fruit be compared?
It can be.
First off, don't call brand names.
Don't go brand names. Dude.
Hey, listen, I'm with you. Tom
So
is
if
the
you're
GOAT.
with me, then just say, okay.
You got to have a little devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying?
No, Des is
Yeah.
the king of being devil's advocate.
But this is a stupid.
There's some people out there. He is the king devil's advocate, dude.
He is the king of devil's advocate. Yeah, Tom Brady's the best of all time.
But yeah, Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady. It'll be an incredible Super Bowl.
And Aaron
it really
Rodgers
will.
versus Tom Brady was unreal. That game was so legit. I saw an article that said Rodgers versus Brady, Chiefs versus fucking Bills. Like they had to use the two teams in the
Yeah,
AFC,
right.
but the NFC, that's how big the names were.
Yeah.
I mean, think of our last couple weeks, dude. We've gotten to watch Tom Brady versus Drew Brees,
Yep.
Yeah.
Tom Brady versus Aaron
Essentially take him out of
Rodgers,
his career.
and now we're about to watch Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
You could argue this is Brady's most impressive run.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he switched teams
Switch teams.
You could also-
He just
wild
switched
card.
teams.
Knocking out too along.
Yeah.
the way.
Right.
It's crazy.
because they weren't favorites to win. The Saints were favorites to win the division. They did win the division,
Yep.
but then they got knocked out in the playoffs. They won when it mattered the most. And then you're seeing him versus Aaron Rodgers, who was needing for his resume that second Super Bowl, and they went to the NFC Championship last year and blew it. And so, what do you do? I mean, what do you do now if you're Aaron Rodgers? It seems like he might not. There's a chance of him not being.
I think he's just fucking around. I
Yeah,
think he's
like,
going to
where-
stay at the Packers for sure.
Like, where's
could be a
it
little
gonna go?
negotiating tactic.
For negotiate, he's got 4 years left on his deal.
Yeah,
Does he?
Yeah. I think it's
I
3,
think-
but either way.
Then
I
why,
think
why would
Jordan-
he act like he's not potentially
Because
not be
I
back?
think he was really hurt by the situation. He was really hurt that instead of drafting a wide receiver or something that helped him or a defensive player to help them, I think he was upset regardless of how he's locked in. Like he's a fucking one of those dudes that's blinders, right?
Yeah, like he
he's
doesn't.
showing
He
the
could
McAfee show,
let it
like,
roll off his shoulder.
Some guys is my worst game is some guys' career's games. Like
Yeah.
and he says that and you think to yourself, he ain't wrong.
Yeah,
Like he's legit as fuck. But like you gotta have your feelings hurt if you're that good of a quarterback and then you draft a kid
Already bringing your replacement.
already bringing a replacement with 3 years left in your deal.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
I
no
think-
doubt that
I
shit
think what's gonna
sucks.
happen there is who's buddy in San Francisco? Garoppolo, I think the Garoppolo Brady situation. I think Garoppolo or this Love kid is going to get traded somewhere because something will happen. He'll play a game or something like that. He'll look good. They'll trade him for a second rounder or whatever the Patriots
team
got.
will be quarterback needy type.
Yeah, they'll be quarterback needy and like we don't want to waste a first round pick, but we'll take the kid for a third or fourth round pick. He'll go there and he's gonna Aaron Rodgers will stay there.
I like that. I think
that's going to be exactly what happens.
I'm a fan of that take
because Rodgers can go in that conference, that media conference, and be all upset, like kind of be stoic or whatever.
Yeah.
All it is doing is adding more clicks.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy's going to win an MVP this year. We want it to be Derrick Henry, but the guy, like everyone's
Henry.
saying it should be Derrick Henry, but everyone's saying Rodgers is going to win it.
Right.
Well, because he had the best.
Derrick Henry should win this MVP this year.
I mean, it's debatable.
It's
I
not
don't think
debatable
so.
when you're the rushing leader of 1,500 yards, and then the next year you go for 2,000. He's the only person in the world ever to rush for 2,000 yards in high school, 2,000 yards in college, and 2,000 yards in the NFL. Back-to-back rushing leading guy by what?
Well,
over 600 yards?
Yeah. Who was number two? It was like 1,500 yards, right?
Dalvin
Cook at like 1,500, 1,600.
500 yards less than him.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
Like, it was not even close.
But the problem with your argument is that it's like a career thing, like which is all fantastic stuff. But the MVP should be one season.
Yeah, MVP is one year at a time.
So my point being is that like the one argument is that Derek ran for 2,000 yards, 8th player ever to do that in the league, right?
Right.
One had no Pro Bowler offensive lineman, no Pro Bowler tight end, like no Pro Bowl fullback. So like in theory, he did it by himself.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes both had great years.
Taylor was there for 5 games.
Sure.
But I didn't make the Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah, it makes Pro Bowl.
I was on.
I mean, yeah, but you're still a Pro Bowl style player.
Well,
next year when we get 2107 because that's the record.
Yeah, who knows? He might have got the fucking season record.
Right.
If you're healthy.
I like to think.
Well,
I like to think so.
Me in my mind,
you can play if ands or
I'm
buts
saying
always.
might have to be, be, but in my mind, he would have.
He would have.
He would have.
70
in
yards
the fourth quarter, like 3 games.
Yeah, and yeah, we talked about this. Finish your thought, and then we can go back
So,
to it because this is good.
The
This is good.
quarterbacks that are being discussed, they've had great seasons, but they're pretty normal now. Like that's like a lot of their stats are very impressive, but it's kind of the norm now.
The new standard.
It's the new standard, exactly. Like none of them were doing anything historic. Whereas Derek did something historic that
You're talking about Derek's
With
body work
essentially
compared to the
no-
other
with-
running
Yes.
backs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's the 8th player ever to do what he did. He's the 5th
And he
greatest
was
rushing
what?
season.
He was what, one of how many to have like 3 200-yard games and 3 touchdowns?
Yeah,
he's one of like 3
He's the
guys.
only- dude,
the only
he had
one.
3 200 games. The rest of the NFL had 1.
He tied the record in one season for
Yeah.
a career thing.
Yeah. Holy shit.
He should be the MVP.
He should be.
That's
the MVP.
that's a nice argument. I'm buying that.
Well, yeah,
I can flip
Aaron Rodgers,
at any moment,
I
dude.
was like, you know what? That's great.
I bet
and
that
he
sounds-
he does jump ship pretty fast. I do the same thing. I'm all about fucking.
I mean, you know what? I'm buying that shit, dude.
I think
he had a great year. I'm just saying, if Aaron Rodgers had the best year of his career, like thinking of all of Aaron Rodgers' years that he's had, it's like that's obviously
But think
an
of all the
incredible
weapons
feat.
Aaron Rodgers had with
Right.
the offensive line that
2
he
Pro
had.
Bowl offensive linemen.
He had 2 Pro Bowl offensive. I think 2 All-Pro offensive linemen.
Probably.
Also,
Yeah.
like he had his whole O-line was really good.
Had Devontae Adams.
Had Devontae Adams, who's
But he only had like he had Devontae Adams. Then he had what?
Jones.
What's his name?
And he had a good run game to complement the way he could throw the ball.
this year.
Yeah, but
Lazar,
it's not like
Lazar
Tanyan
was
was
showing
a-
up everywhere. The tight end played awesome all year. You already brought that up, but he had players. And then
Right.
I don't even have to argue Mahomes. Mahomes is,
But I
Mahomes
also
is the
feel
best
like-
player in the NFL.
Mhm.
He's the best player in the NFL.
Mhm.
But he has Tyreek Hill. He's got Travis Kelce.
Yeah, he's got a sick cast.
He's got
Pro Bowl left
he's
tackle.
got Pro Bowl left tackle. He's got
All Pro
2
right tackle.
Yeah, he's got
Normally.
2 running backs that are legit as fuck. Le'Veon
Mhm.
Bell and then the kid they got from LSU.
Yeah.
Studs.
But you could also argue that Aaron made those players that you're referring to as Pro Bowlers now, that Aaron made those guys into
He
that.
elevated
Like
it.
Lazar, like
That's
nobody
a
knew
great
about
player, too.
him.
Great players.
Tanyan,
Elevated
the tight end, he was an undrafted cat, I
Mhm,
believe,
mhm.
and got a shot from practice squad this year,
Yeah.
and now he's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and his
no.
O-lineman, he gets the ball out quick, he runs the offense. Like, he might make the O-lineman look a lot better than what they are.
Aaron Rodgers does a great job scrambling.
Right.
He does a great job getting the ball. If he might make the offensive line look a little bit better. But, I mean, you don't rush for 2,000 yards and not have like what Dennis said, not have a Pro Bowl guy as your fullback, as any of your tight ends, as any of your offensive linemen.
Yeah, but you cannot sleep on the fucking blocking game, dude.
You
the run
can't
game,
sleep-
you
no,
can't
no
sleep
one's
on you
saying
guys.
that.
What we're saying.
I know,
Like,
I see what you're saying.
For argument's sake, there's quote unquote nobody, and that's a very loose term
Right.
because we have a great offensive line, but you don't have a Devontae Adams on that offensive line. You don't
Right.
have that caliber.
I
of dude
feel
right
what
now.
you're saying.
The people
You know
who
what I'm
are
saying?
voting or deciding who the great players of the league are,
Yeah.
said that none of the people blocking for Derek were great enough to be rewarded with that, making it seem like Derek did most of the work on his greatness superseded our suckiness, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
Derek.
No, I see that.
Yeah,
The dude's a legend. Like anybody who can have a true highlight tape of absolute dummies of stiff arms.
Yeah.
Like,
Derek
he's a monster.
Not to mention his yards after contact. If you just measured his yards after contact, after someone touched him on the defense, his numbers, he would have still won the rushing title. Just with those numbers. So all those times, there was a big gaping hole, and he ran it for 40, ran it for 60. Those are now gone. The time he got touched by another defensive player, after that, those yards, he would still have won the rushing title.
I don't know if that's fully true, but he would have been like top 3 for sure.
Well, I said it, and I'm sticking the fucking
Either way, the
it's impressive.
conviction, I'm jumping, I'm swimming to the other ship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna get tired.
Not that I was on the other ship. I'm just trying to not have a fully biased pro Titans podcast.
No, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be biased.
Another comparison.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
Drew Brees, right?
Ravens.
Arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, right? Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Never won an MVP. Years that he's balled out and had great years, has thrown like 4 picks or something.
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
But then you have Mahomes throws for 50 touchdowns one year, and then you have Aaron Rodgers go off one year. So like his great years that he should win an MVP, another player was doing something historic,
right?
Which is a very similar situation here.
I got you.
Derek getting 24 yards. What was it?
127.
Yeah, 2027 is more impressive than all the other numbers on every other guy. And I think Aaron's a stud. I think he deserves an MVP. I think he's probably going to win it. But I think if you looked at it, Derek, and like who's the dude, LaDainian Tomlinson?
Yeah,
the year he won it, he won the rushing title for a second year in a row. Like, and that I think played into it,
perhaps.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's supposed to be a 1 year thing, but he's won 2 rushing titles back to back, and it just gets better. Like you think with Derek, like if you're thinking from a business perspective, when you signed Derek to the contract you signed him to, you think, okay, we got him for 2 to 3 years tops at him in his prime, but he showed zero wear at all. Like he got better, like he always does in December.
Yeah, he got better.
He got better, like he always does in December. So I think, could Derek go back to the table again right now? He just got signed for another 3-year deal, but could he go back to the table
right now? Because like, what do you have zero?
He just rushed for 2,000 yards.
Yeah,
you don't think he can go to John and be like, hey, John, you need to bump that up a couple $1 million?
No.
You don't think he could do that?
Because that's why you signed the contract.
That and you can't hold out anymore.
Yeah, you can't hold out anymore.
So he'd be hurting. He'd be hurting his pocket. He'd be hurting his pockets. Like he would just hurt his own money.
Right.
Yeah. Isn't that wild though?
Yeah, that is wild.
I mean, the thought that he
and the dude honestly never misses practice. Like you guys see guys, they take they take weeks off. Like they don't practice that much during the week. Derek is somebody that's always out there.
Always out there.
Literally always out there. And this year is where I kind of picked up on it and I was kind of like, why is he practicing?
Yeah.
Just based on talent and guys of that caliber I've seen in the past, in my experience, like they usually get time off.
Yeah.
Like, they took care of him a little bit toward the end of the year, but he's out there and it's not like
he's always in the best mood at the end of the year too. He's always in such a great mood when he's playing. When Derek rushes for 48 yards, whatever he did against Cleveland, I knew, like, I'm sitting there watching the game going, I'm telling Taylor, like, Derek's going to be pissed all fucking week. He probably won't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And what did he do that week?
Yeah.
He probably didn't talk to anybody, did he? Doesn't talk to anyone, and he just fucking goes off for 200 the next game or whatever he went for.
Right.
It was like, I'm 200 and something yards away from getting 2,000.
And the thing that's so fucking crazy about that, dude.
Let's go fucking get it.
Dude, he needed 223 going into the game. And the fucking wild thing is we're all sitting there going, he could probably do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
If someone needs 223 yards to get a record, everyone's like, probably not. I mean, hey, it's going to be a great year. He's gonna win the title. That's awesome. But we all went into that game. Or y'all went into the game. I was sitting there going to watch the game going, Derek could fucking do this.
Yeah.
And I'm calling Bobo between plays, like, oh, he got 60 in the first quarter. Like, we can, okay, you keep at it. He needs this many more. It's like, it's wild.
Yeah.
That type of dude, like
that game was crazy too.
Someone asked me the other day, is Derek I think Bobo asked me this. Is Derek a Hall of Famer? Right now, no, he's not.
Right.
Yeah.
But if he puts up 2 more years over 1,000 yards, he could probably be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, possibly. I have no clue what getting in the Hall of Fame looks like. I asked you if Joe Thomas is going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like, I asked
me that last week in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Goes
Like, I have no,
and it doesn't matter who is up.
Yeah,
for-
like,
and
he
Joe
will-
Thomas
right.
is
You're saying like he is the Hall of Fame.
Joe Thomas had the best career I think of any offensive lineman ever.
Yeah,
I think.
it's like I don't know the floor of guys.
Bruce
you know what I mean?
Matthews
Who
had
kind of
14
barely get
Pro
in the Hall
Bowls.
of Fame.
Say it again.
Those guys who barely get in the Hall of Fame, like, and I don't even know if you can consider it barely.
Right.
But I'm just saying I don't know what like a floor looks like of getting into the Hall of Fame.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get if Derek does this a few more years, he's obviously in the conversation.
A guy you would talk about in the offensive line world that's gonna make the Hall of Fame, but maybe not the first round.
When I received my painting, I was blown away at how well Paint Your Life did. My mother loved it. She had a phenomenal Christmas gift. All you have to do is go to paintyourlife.com. There's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer from the boys, you get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word BOYS, BOYS, to 64,000. That's BOYS to number 64,000. Text BOYS to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most.
Is Andrew Whitworth.
Yeah.
Like that's a dude. And he's
Yeah.
had what, 4 Pro Bowls? 4 or 5?
I don't know off the top of my
You'd
head
have to
now,
pull that up. Huge fan of Andrew Whitworth. He's one of my sauna buddies.
Yeah.
Now, how about him making the comeback?
Dude, I know,
He's
right?
a legend, dude.
Right?
I was texting with him
Crazy.
about it.
You talking about this year on his knee, right?
this year.
He was telling me like if we go to the playoffs, I'm gonna play. I'm thinking,
What did he
with
tear
had?
again?
PCL, MCL.
Fuck.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Good for him, man.
right?
How many Pro Bowls?
4.
He got 4 Pro Bowls.
Yeah, 2 times All Pro.
Yeah, he'll be in the Pro Bowl. But like that's a guy
mean Hall of Fame?
I mean sorry, that guy will be a Hall of Famer.
You got to
Andrew Whitworth. Now if you go to Joe Thomas, you don't need to. I know him. 10 years,
Weird
10 Pro
flex.
Bowls. Like
Yeah, that's
it's not even fucking close.
that's incredible.
Right.
And what, 6 All Pros? Some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know that number.
Right.
But 6 like it's like he was a Hall of Famer by year 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
That is
Right.
wild. And then you get to play with him. Like on the team if you're a Brown. You're like, oh, he's a
yeah.
Hall of Famer like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a streak forever.
10 times, 6.
Dude, you talked about it and I want to go back to the first in 2018. You talked about it when we were doing the quarantining with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Take everybody through your story whenever you had whatever the fuck it was. Yeah.
With my brain?
Yeah.
Yeah, with
so-
your brain, because explain the context. You were out, like suddenly you just weren't showing up
to work. Right.
And no one knew what was wrong with you.
Yeah.
And this was in 2018.
2018, right after the first week, the Miami game.
Because you were like playing.
Starting because Jack was still recovering, and we played the marathon game in Miami, and start the next week. We're getting ready to play Houston. I'm like, okay, finally get to go against JJ. Like, let's lock it down. Let's be ready. Practice Wednesday, and then start driving home, and are driving to my oldest daughter's dance class, and my arm kind of gets a little numb. Like, kind of like I felt like I was like maybe like sitting on my wallet weird, and like was hitting a nerve. I was like, okay, well maybe I'm just doing something weird. So I get out, the numbness kind of goes away. I walk into the building for the dance class, and at that point, like I had no strength. So like my wife gives me Isla at that time, and like I'm holding her, and like instantly it's like I can't hold her. Like you got to take her back because like she's falling essentially. So I hand her back. She's like, "What the fuck's going on with you?" I was like, "I have no idea, but I have nothing in my arm right now." And then like 2 minutes later, that started getting better, but then it went into like my mouth, and I feel like I was like, my mouth's numb. Like I don't know, like we probably should go. So it worked out where we get Eden, we go to the car, and I start like strapping her up, and we're talking to my wife, and she's kind of starting to panic because like that's not normal,
Right.
and like we're talking, and she's like, what are you saying? And I'm like, what are you talking? She's like, you're not making any sense. And I'm like, she's like, what are we doing? I said, in my mind, I'm like, we're trying to go home. And like, I just could not say it.
You're just kind of making noises.
No, it's like I could picture the word, and like, I was like, say that. And it just would not happen. I was like, I know what I want to say. I don't know why I can't say it. Cause I could still talk, but I couldn't like talk, deliberately. I couldn't say what I wanted to say.
You're just saying random shit. Or you weren't talking at all, you're just looking at her.
Yeah, I was just kind of like, I don't know, like I know what I'm trying to say to you. I can't verbalize it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like we gotta get home.
Jesus.
So I sit in my car for like 20 minutes. like waiting for this to like calm down, right? And so like we're on the phone, and I get in the car back. I call all the trainers. Like something's going on. Like we need to figure something out. Todd calls. He goes, "Yeah, the ER's ready for you. Like go see what's going on." And so my wife, we drive to the ER, and by that time everything stopped. So I'm like, I knew we were talking about the tumble bus. I knew we had doctor's appointment. Like I was like, I wanted to say this, couldn't say I wanted. Like it was done. So we go in there, and they're doing all the tests. They're CT scan, anything you can think of, and they're like, yeah, you probably looks like you maybe had like a little mini stroke or baby stroke, whatever. Just to start taking some baby aspirins, and you should be good. We'll keep you overnight, and we'll see what happens. Okay,
Jesus.
Whatever. Like
Probably just had a mini stroke.
Yeah, hey, no, it's no big deal.
Yeah,
You
like-
probably just had a mini stroke. Just take
Baby
this
aspirin,
baby.
you said?
Hey, take
All
this
right.
baby aspirin.
and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to take baby aspirin for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Fuck.
Like, am I
That's
one of
wild.
those guys? So that Wednesday night into Thursday,
Yeah,
and we go home, like nothing shows up. Like we're talking obviously with Vrabel and all them, trying to figure like, I don't know what happened. Apparently we're good. So I come in on Friday.
You gonna be able to play? Just
Never
kidding.
doubted it, right?
Yeah.
So we come in on Friday, started going again, and we're in our O-line meeting. And at that time, we would do like our board test to kind of see like where we were.
Yeah, that was scary.
You were in there, right? Yeah.
So it's with the O-line. And so it's my turn, and I get the most basic play there is, right? It's almost like lead left, essentially. And I thought I crushed it. And I forget if it was Ben or Taylor, but they were like, yo.
So the way the room's set up is the whole room's dry erase boards basically. And so Keith will call you and say, "You're up. Oh, you remember this." Dennis sits behind me, and then Ben sits in front of me, and then the board that Dennis went up to was between me and Ben. So Dennis and I don't want to take too much of this from me, but like Dennis is up there, do this thing, and kind of fucked it up. And Dennis don't really fuck up plays. Like, sometimes even Ben will get up there and just draw something up, and they'll be like, "Hey, no," and be like, "Oh, I meant this," and then that's it. Dennis does the shit right.
Yeah.
So you fuck something up, like you had the fullback going somewhere weird or something like that, just a super basic thing, and put it up, and then Keith calls like 4 more dudes up, and Dennis is kind of just standing over me. He's standing over me, and I'm like, "Hey, Dennis, go back to your chair." Like, what you doing? And he's like, "Oh yeah, sorry." Like it was really, I didn't think anything of it. I was like,
I remember this because I remember you saying like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
Yeah,
it's like, I don't know where I am right now, and I sit down in Ben's chair.
That's
and
right.
That's why Taylor's like, "Yo, what? Like, the fuck is going on with you?"
Yeah.
And I said, "You need to get someone."
So this is as like
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah,
Right.
this is as we're finishing everything up. Dennis is like, "You need to get somebody," and literally Dennis is like, you can tell like Dennis is trying to communicate something, but he just can't. And he's like, tears are coming down his eyes, but he's not showing expression.
Yeah.
You can tell like this dude has having an internal struggle that he can't communicate.
He's like trapped in his body.
Yeah. So I'm hitting boosties down the hallway, right, shoving people out of the fucking way, getting to the trainers, kicking down the door, getting Adrian and Todd.
Doors open, you kick it anyway.
Yeah,
Right?
I closed it, and then re-kicked it. And I get them, "Hey, like something's happening with Dennis, we gotta go." And then they start sprinting, so I'm like, "Oh, this shit's real." Because apparently whatever they knew was going on with
It clicked
before.
right away for them.
Well, I was like running like, should I, like, when you run and you're like inside?
Yeah.
And you think, well, should I be doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to run across
And
the
I get
crosswalk
there,
in
and then
front
I'm
of
like,
the
"Hey,
car.
Dennis is like trying to do something." And before I could finish anything, they're fucking booking it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is actually real." So they're slow. I beat them back to Dennis. And Dennis is
Just knocked Todd's
Dennis
ass
is a
Dennis is
down.
now,
ankle.
Dennis is now sitting there with
Vrabel.
Keith. Oh, Vrabel, that's right.
Vrabel's there with me.
Vrabel's in there with him, and he's like, he can't communicate. He can't talk, and he's crying, but he doesn't know. Like, it's not like a crying, like a weeping. It's like it's just tears running down his
Yeah,
face,
just
and you
running down
don't
his
know.
face.
Dude, it was a fucking. And I'm out that game too,
Yeah, because you were dealing with the concussion,
with allegedly.
supposedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Because that's perfect, dude. That's perfect.
Man. So they call the ambulance, I go in, and then they do all the tests. Best thing that came from it is I knew I was healthy as shit. Like everything about me, they're like, "We don't know what's going on because there's nothing wrong with you." So like that day was fucking exhausting, right? And I'm sleeping, and they're finally getting me to the room, and because they don't know what I was, they put me like in the stroke unit.
Mm.
And so like the nurse who's pushing me around is talking to Jerriana, like, "Can he talk?" And Jerriana's like, "Yeah, he's just taking a fucking nap. Like, it's gonna be like," because we didn't know like anything was going on. Well, see, they tracked my brain activity throughout the time I was there. So I had like during the time I had like almost like EEGs, but they had to move my hair and all that shit. So like I had that like 3 or 4 times. So Saturday comes along and like we're playing Houston where my brother was coaching. So my mom was coming into town anyways. So like she was able to come by and like kind of see like why are you in the hospital? So I get let out of the hospital at like 12:15, right? So like the game had already started. I'm listening to the game on the radio on the way home. Still, like it took 2 or 3 weeks from when it all started for us to kind of maybe have an idea what was happening. Because then, so that would have been my like second episode, right?
Yeah.
That Friday one. I had another one then next week. And I don't know if I told you this one.
No.
But so I showed up, like I didn't go to work at all that week, right?
Yeah.
I show up.
And then hold on, the whole week everyone's like, "Hey, is Dennis dead?"
Yeah, like what's
legit, like,
going on? Because you know they're not talking about it. You don't talk about
No one
injuries and
talks about
stuff, but
people's shit,
you just
so
don't
it's like-
know. Usually, you know what a guy's going
Right.
through,
And
and
Dennis
all of a sudden,
he's
Dennis is
next to
just
me
not
every
there.
single day in the team meeting.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting next to an empty chair video, so I'm always kind of reminded of it, like, "Hey, is he alive?"
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you legit. those
Like,
things are
where
really
is
real.
Dennis?
Extra leg room though. So
Yeah,
that was nice.
it was this, especially with them burly things. I had nothing.
But so I remember I only went into like for the Friday meetings just to kind of like see what was going on and
See if you could play.
yeah, getting ready to play. But I remember talking to Wood in the locker room because he's trying like you said, like you see the guy, you're trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I like started talking to him and I remember going like, it's kind of happening right now again. Like it was hard. I could do it, but it was hard for me to tell him what was going on.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, how is this not stopping? Like, because like when it wasn't happening, I felt fine. Like there was nothing wrong. Like I was just like, whatever. And then as soon as after that one, like maybe like 3 or 4 days later, the migraine started and like would wake me up in the middle of the night and I'd have to like violently throw up.
Jesus.
My God.
And
dude.
so that's where they're like, so then they had to like start like treating me. They didn't put me in the concussion protocol, obviously, because I didn't have a concussion, but like because it was a brain, they had to kind of go through those steps because that was their best
measure, like
Yeah,
for
they-
I
measure.
really had no
exactly.
idea what it was.
And so we're sending our tests around the country to different universities, to different doctors to try and figure out if they've seen anything, if they've heard anything. And so Dr. Williams comes in at this point. He says like week 3, maybe week 4 of like, we think it might be the super rare migraine disorder that starts off with a couple stroke-like episodes or mini brain seizure type thing. And then you just have migraines for like a month and a half. And he's like, usually timetables were right around like 6 weeks. So he gave me some. So the point then was to try and find some medicine to cut the tension when I was having the migraine.
Because you're about to have migraines for the
It
next
was
several
nonstop.
weeks.
Like,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
like-
dude, I've only had a migraine once, and it was nothing to fuck around
Right.
with.
And like, I just slept the entire, because like, if I'm sick, I just try and sleep through everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's just how I respond to it.
Mm.
So I slept literally probably for about 18, 19 hours a day. And then I got the medicine going and it started working. It was like, okay, now we're cooking with something. Then like 6 weeks on the dot, gone. Never had a problem since.
Now, do you ever think about it? Do you ever worry about it? Do you
So,
ever, do you
yeah.
ever
So they
have
just
happen?
chalked it up as that rare migraine disorder, and then that when it was
Essentially.
done, you're just kind of
Talk
like,
about,
all right,
talk about North American medicine.
Yeah,
dude.
right.
That's probably what it is.
yeah,
Let's
6
move on.
weeks, done. Haven't talked about it since. Like,
Oh my
They've asked, like, obviously they've asked, like, if there's anything in the first headache I had, like random headache, like I was like, fuck, like it's happening again. So like,
You're running the cupboard to find the
yes,
medicine. in the
yeah,
back.
there's a little moment of like, is it happening again? But then it's like, oh, it's just a headache.
Yeah.
But like nothing, no residual, nothing.
damn, that's crazy,
Just
dude.
gone.
Wow, dude, that's
Yeah.
so crazy. So you played a whole season this year. Never had anything like it. Nothing.
Nothing.
That's wild.
You just re-up too.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats on your contract, by the way. We obviously we're late, but Dennis, he signed a little 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Always solid.
Hey,
Titans.
Hey, big win. You know what I'm saying?
Glad to be here.
Treading, but big win.
What was it like to get paid?
Yeah.
And then shortly after, the Titans draft a first-round draft pick
Sure.
at right tackle.
You know that whole Aaron Rodgers talk?
Yeah.
No.
Is that what you sit there and think about? I mean, that's not,
Best comparison is I felt like I was the quarterback from draft day,
right.
where you're sitting there watching, and obviously it went the other way around, where they picked the guy that you didn't want them to pick. But signing the deal was really, like, obviously really cool because, like, going into year 9 back then, there's that point of like, yo, it's like I'd never really had a chance to start. Like I started my rookie year for 10 games because of injury. And then the next spring they drafted Lane Johnson. So I was like, I'm not playing unless there's injury.
Right.
And so like I never had a real, in my opinion, real chance to actually show that I can play. And I thought I always could play. Like I always felt like, oh, I feel like I'm better than this guy. I feel like I'm better than this guy. Like at least just give me a shot.
You just need to buy an
An actual shot. And so that's where like getting this deal, I was like, at least I should at least have a shot to play.
To be the guy now.
To be the guy. Because like that was one of the things like, because there was at some point like the possibility of going to play for Houston because of where my brother was. And like being able to play with him, like that'd be like, it'd be really cool to say that you got to work with your brother in the NFL.
What does he coach?
He is still technically the offensive coordinator because he's still in a
shit. That would be sick,
Right.
dude. You got a nice little family.
Right. So like, but there was that point of like, I don't want to go in like 7 years when I'm done and be like, fuck, man, I should have at least tried to get a place to start.
Yeah.
Right. And so I finally get that, and it's like, okay, it's good. Like we're gonna kick ass this year. Like super excited. Like, and then obviously you always hear like Twitter always has during that dead period, and obviously I think it was extra because of COVID.
Right.
There was nothing but just like draft talk and free agency talk. Like what's gonna happen? Where are we going? How's
just
this
sitting at
happening?
home and seeing what's
just
going
sitting
on.
there scrolling.
You like me, like Will, like we always love looking at that shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Right.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to know what's going on.
100%, because you don't want, like, worst case would have been if I had no idea that was going to happen, and then they just draft the tackle first round, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But I was a little, even without the the scrolling and reading and all that, like I kind of had an idea because there was a trend of that happening in the NFL. It happened like the year before to a couple guys where they brought someone in, drafted a first round guy, and then essentially just relegated the guy they signed to the swing tackle.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like I was obviously pretty upset about it because it was like, I got promoted and demoted before I even had a chance to show.
Before you even put shoulder pads on.
Right.
Yeah.
So that it was like I was very frustrated. Combine that with like going through the COVID restrictions and lockdown and all that, like everything was just stewing. So I was just sitting there like, motherfucker. Like, and so like I felt like it helped me because like I felt like I came into camp. I had a great camp this year.
Yeah.
And I feel like I played relatively well this year.
Yeah, you did.
Obviously we didn't go all the way, but
But when you're as an offensive lineman, you can't, like, for any position, you can have a great year and not win it.
Right.
So
Right.
it's kind of
right, but it's like obviously like there's still, because it's still like the whole like getting like clear my mind thing, like the process, because the league's still going, or the season's still going on, and you're watching the games like, fuck, well, could we have beaten the Bills? Could we have beaten the Chiefs? Like,
we did.
But
We did beat the Bills.
We did beat the
We
Bills. It
donkeyed the Bills. No, hey, close Mafia. I'm just saying it is what happened.
was
This is
on
what
Tuesday.
happened.
Hey, without practicing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, that was awesome.
Remember that game was sponsored by Zoom. Remember at the end of the game?
That shit. That was funny. So go on. Sorry. So you think you could have beat the Bills, could have beat the Chiefs?
Right. So there's that process of like, shit, fuck, like we lost our last game. Like that's still kind of, and like the way we lost that game too, like the offense didn't go as well as we wanted to. But like on an individual level, when you try and look at it, it's like, yeah, I feel like there were any issues, had a good year. Like a ton of the big runs were to the right. I know there were some hats made. I don't know why. We ran right mostly.
Oh, run left?
Yeah.
Like that? Well,
the guy who made the hats got hurt.
Yeah. But we kept selling those motherfuckers, dude. Keep running left, baby. Yeah.
By the way, you can go to Barstool Sports and sit there with the boys, get you one of them things anytime you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like I'm ready to get ready to go again. And
so you feel good about the year you had,
Yes.
because you had anxiety too, because based on the way your contract was set up and your guarantee,
Right.
you're like, this could be a 1 year, and then they drafted the guy. They drafted Isaiah, and you're thinking, Panda, and you're thinking, damn, I might
it's
only be
happening.
here
Like,
1 year. I was just
1
kind of a
year.
transition mentor guy.
And there was a part of me like that I was worried that like it didn't matter what I did, that at some point they were going to try and play a first rounder.
Right.
Like
that's
a
usually what
natural
happens.
Thought, right? Like you don't, like that's just a normal thought process anytime someone gets drafted in the first round. And so it was just like, fuck, man, I'm going to get screwed over. And then I'm like, this was my shot. And now I'm going to be over 30, going into free agency, never being, the guy, always just being, good at a lot of things, but not great at anything.
Right. Good, a top swing guy.
Right.
but not every day.
Swiss Army knife.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I was just there was like that moment of like, yo, I'm just going to get royally screwed, and it doesn't matter what I do.
And to your credit too, when we were in
I remember
camp,
you were bummed because you was whining to Taylor, boy.
Hey, you whined the hell out of me. Yeah.
We had some late risk nights, dudes.
Dennis and I have always had the relationship where if one of us needs to vent about something, there's always been an open ear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come here.
Hey,
talk to me. Yeah, you need an ear.
Nice. I talked to Dennis 3 or 4 times during the year about what do I need to do, blah, blah, blah. And it was just me giving it back.
Yeah.
The way it was deserved.
Yeah.
But to give you credit too, we obviously didn't have OTAs. We didn't do camp. Well, we had camp, but it was a weird camp.
Yeah.
You gave Isaiah every opportunity. You helped him so much. To the point I look at him and be like, I wouldn't be fucking doing that. You know what I'm saying?
You do have guys have different ways of going about it.
Yeah.
It's just a revolving door of a business.
Yeah.
Like I was
Straight
sitting in
up.
the bar, like I didn't get signed like a deal you had, but I signed a 1 year, like $2 million deal to come here. And I'm sitting in the bar and they traded up and drafted Rashawn in the first round.
Yeah.
And he was out all camp with his hamstring.
Right.
They force fed him to play regardless of what was going on, how he looked and all that.
Exactly.
So it's just like, you just don't know how to play it all the time.
And I remember during one of our venting sessions where I was like, they're going to want me to help them too. I was like, why the fuck would I do that? And like, obviously I was angry, like I was mad.
Right.
Of course.
I mean,
Like-
That's the point of venting is you can say whatever you want. And
Right.
The ears that are listening are kind of just an area. You could be venting to this fucking TV.
Sure.
But,
But yeah, so like it's and someone asked me early on, like, are you helping them? Like, how would you want, how media gets with like their wording and their questions? I was like, yeah, like it would be really stupid and like a shitty move for me not to at least give them some guidance and some pointers.
Right,
Just because like at some point we're all trying to win.
Right.
And we're all on the same team. So like there's a common goal there. So
And especially if you see somebody has something that you're like, you don't want to see them fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
no,
Yeah.
like that was the like
it's not the kid's fault.
Yeah, it's not-
It's not the kid's fault that they rejected you.
Right. You're sitting there, you're like, I
if
need
they would have
to.
drafted left tackle this year, I'd be like, yeah, what do you need?
Yeah.
100%. You're not going to win the job, but like,
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said it
yeah.
best. You're not mad at the person.
No,
or the
you're
kid.
never mad at
It's
the
like,
person,
they did
100%.
anything,
Right.
So yeah, that was a fun couple months or so.
going to camp too with so much. Anytime something happens to me, I take it personally, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how can I fucking?
Yeah, how many
Hey,
to me-
we're aware as risk opponents of yours, we are aware.
I'll take anything and make it personal. But it helps motivate me,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Michael
Like, that
Jordan.
must have been
You
a
Michael
tough-
Jordan
yeah,
yourself.
And that's when I took it personal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching you go through that, it's like it was so on brand for how the whole process was, getting emotional, upset about the situation.
Yeah.
And then right before it was time to act on those emotions, you leveled out and handled it like a pro, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But people say it all the time, you're the best pro in the room.
Pro.
Be a pro.
Be a pro.
Handle your
Pro's
shit
pro,
the right
dude.
way, dude.
You're also what is it? You're also the I'm brain farting right now.
Well, it's an hour and a half, I'm sure.
Our NFLPA rep.
There it is.
Our
There you go.
NFLPA
You're
rep.
the alternate. So you
we
should
do
know
need
that.
we do need to wrap it up, but I am
Yeah.
curious,
Yeah.
since you're a rep,
Mhm.
how you think.
How do you feel about selling out for a union that doesn't really give a fuck about the players and does a horrible job negotiating all CBAs?
Taylor's been hurt.
especially The PED.
Taylor's
stuff.
been hurt.
Especially-
Nothing in specific order.
But like, if you were, let's say the topic, the PED stuff,
Yeah.
right? Do you think maybe we should fucking think on that a little bit next time, union? Not you. Well, I guess you. 'cause
That's
you're
his
a rep
question. You
now.
can answer
That's
his
his question.
first.
So should we work on the PED suspension deal? Yes.
Okay. Would you say it's a flawed system?
I mean, it's what's hard about that is like it's supposed to be it's a competitive advantage disadvantage issue, right?
Right.
And so you do have to make it black and white. Like you can't have it gray. The problem is what I think the issue is that the NFL and sports in general need to push to have that industry regulated
Mm-hmm.
because you're seeing
He's
it
talking
more
about
and more.
supplements.
Yeah,
You're talking about
supplements.
supplements.
Because it is kind of the Wild Wild West out there.
It's a fucking
it's
I bet
crazy.
it really is.
There was
Yeah.
a documentary called Bigger, Stronger, Faster that came out. I was in high school, but it talked about the use of steroids and like what it was, and it took it from like a non, like steroids are bad or steroids are great. It took it straight up like this is what they do, and there was like a 10-minute segment where he made his own supplement, put whatever he wanted on the label, and said this could sell at a GNC if I got it in there.
Isn't that wild?
Damn, that is crazy.
It's like it's baking powder and sugar in
Right.
capsules. And it's like, but because you don't have to say what's in it, it's like players are always trying to do something to obviously recover better get stronger, find that edge.
You want
right?
to help yourself.
And you could probably jump through loopholes, pay for the certification, and get NSF certified.
Right.
And if you still popped on it, it's still your responsibility. Because the NFL tells you, like, yeah, it can be on our banned substance list, or it can be NSF certified, which is like our regulation. But if you get popped and it's NSF certified, they're like, hey, you're still responsible for what you do.
Because the issue is you can't find where it came from.
Right.
I could say I'm taking all these supplements, and then what I failed for Austrian, I could be taking Austrian on the side.
Yeah.
And there would be no way for me to prove that one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, people talk about our government all the time. Like, oh, it's a dated system. It's like, but what are we going to do? What do you change? It's the same thing with this. It's like, I get pissed off about the PED thing. Like, we need to change something because it's bullshit. But like, what are you going to change?
How? It's bigger than just the problem that affected
the
you.
NFL versus NFLPA. It's more, it seems like an industry thing,
right? It's
of
a process of
getting a regulated industry,
right?
Well, Vrabel, when I had my PED, I told John before all this stuff happened, and I told Vrabel, and Vrabel brought a good point up to me. He goes, here's what you have to get over right now. Half the people thinking you did it are going to think you did it, and the other half are going to think you're innocent. That's just what it is. And now that's how you get over it. I'm like, fuck. Some good ass advice.
Right.
Because really, you get there and you're like, I go and tell the boys before I go to the press conference and stuff, and it's like, I'm looking at half the team. I'm like, I'm sure half these guys probably think I fucking took something. It's just what it is. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm sure there's people out there and that think of me as a cheater, and it's just what it is. And you just have to get over that shit. And it's like, it does suck.
Right.
It definitely was. It's because it's not obviously something I ever wanted to do or tried.
I mean, you handled it well. Obviously, you probably had your own personal conversations and demons yourself. But I'm saying,
I've jokingly said,
as your boy, you've handled it. You've handled it well.
I've jokingly said, even on this podcast, like the last 2 years have been shit. Really, my last 2 years of my career have been shit. I failed for a PED, and I always, every year I want to make a Pro Bowl. Like that's like my goal, right? I have the capability, I have the ability to do that. I play like it. That's what I hold myself to a standard. Fail for a PED, lose a bunch of money, and have this tainted thing on my resume, and then the next year I come out playing good ball and tear my ACL, and it's just like,
it's all perspective
GBOT at this point.
But it's all perspective because when you came back from your PED, you had some holding calls, but I mean, the form you were looking in toward the end of the year and all that stuff, it's like, you can't discredit that shit. Like you were having a Pro Bowl style, you were playing a Pro Bowl style, playing Pro Bowl style ball.
If you were to, if you ask any tackle in the league if I'm a Pro Bowler still, they'd say yes. It's just the shit that happened. Like it's just, how do you come back from ACL? Like, how do you play after you come back? That's going to be the question. It's
you're going to crush it. But even before you tore your ACL, you were balling.
Yes.
So I'm just saying your last 2 years weren't shit. It's if you think, was I a Pro Bowler? And if the answer is no, and if that accumulates to being shit, then yeah. But I'm just saying, like, when you've played, you've been
the
balling.
play's been there, just the ability to go to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, trust me, I'm upset too. Hey, boys missed out on three Pro Bowls in a year. I missed out on 2 shots of this thing, man. I ain't got much time left, dude.
What was your question about the PA?
My question was, what do you feel like the off seasons are going to look like moving forward, especially with all the information we have now? You don't have to suffer from eating healthy. Trifecta helps you stick to nutritional goals. It's convenient and it's science-backed nutrition. All of Trifecta's meals follow scientific nutritional principles. Their food quality is Trifecta's priority. Fresh food, farm to fork supply chain, never frozen, organically produced, gluten-free, meat that is animal welfare level 5. That is the highest possible level you can be rated. It is fully cooked food, so there's no wasted time cooking or cleaning. Just heat and get healthy. Meal prep the way elite athletes do, the way the boys do, the way Dennis does. You can get meal plans that fit people's lifestyles, whether you're vegan, paleo, keto, whatever, dude. They have meal plans for you. It's more than just food. It's a nutrition program. Trifecta has an app to help track your meals and fitness, a community for Trifecta customers to support progress, and of course, what you like the most about your Trifecta meals. It's more than just food. It's a nutrition program. Trifecta has an app to help track your meals and fitness, a community for Trifecta's customers to support progress, and of course, what you like most about your Trifecta meals. Shop meal plans and get 40% off meal prep with code BUSSIN, BUSSIN. All you have to do is go to trifectanutrition.com/bussin for this exclusive offer of 40% off for the boys. Winning the Cleveland Browns, winning a playoff game without practicing all week, us beating the Bills without practicing. Like we have facts and information that it shows we don't have to more doesn't
that's
necessarily equate to more.
Yeah.
And we didn't have OTAs. We didn't have no spring, none of that.
Mhm.
What do you feel like is going to happen? What do you think the outlook of the future is going to be between the NFL and the NFLPA?
So it's going to be really interesting because I do have an interesting dynamic with my brother because he's the coach aspect of it. And they, I mean, obviously they don't really have a say in like the practicing setup or anything like that. But as any coach, they want more practice, more, like
Every
all
coach
coach
does.
speak. Yeah. So, but I do think it's going to be really interesting to see how the owners combat our argument to what you just said. Like we had a new coach make the playoffs with the Browns. We won with having one practice. They won
One practice in 16 days.
Yeah, they won a playoff game.
Right.
And so like the fact that like the stat, what was it? It was that scoring was up, penalties were down, and missed tackles were down. Now, obviously you can make a case that penalties are down. Like that's just
it's the refs.
Yeah, that's going to go up
Be
and
the
down.
refs holding the puck. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like the missed tackles I think is actually really big because that's one thing you see a lot is just bad form, bad technique, and guys kind of breaking out early in the season. That's for that to be down, I think shows that we talk about being a pro, right? Like a lot of these things were built in because guys weren't working out all year. Camp used to be, this is decades ago. Camp used to be like 8 weeks or 9 weeks because they had to get the guys in shape and then they would play football, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, like it's not really necessary anymore. Like, we're the only league in the world that I know of that has an off-season program randomly, like in the middle of the off-season.
All the break. Yeah.
Like baseball pitchers and catchers report like a month or a couple weeks earlier than everyone, but that's still a continuation of their season.
Yeah, but I mean, you can make the argument that football is different than these sports that don't have these off seasons.
But
baseball plays 162 games out of the year, and they go jump right in after a couple months off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%. But there's like that physical aspect of it. So then, like, why would you like the whole like? My biggest thing is like when we were talking about the CBA negotiations last time, and everyone had questions and like verbiage and wording and everything like that. I was like, you have to be careful with loopholes with like coaches because remember all the loopholes in college that you would like,
right?
You can't have 11 people in a huddle, so you put 12 people. You'd make an illegal formation where the guy would be like the wide receiver would be like right on the out of bounds line to make it an illegal formation, so you could have your walkthroughs or you have a towel instead of a ball, like that type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, that shit.
Right. So the one that like hit me was like it was walkthrough talks about walkthrough, and they were saying that like it was something, the wording was like jogging or teaching tempo. And I was like, you got to get jogging out of there because as soon as you do that,
it becomes practice.
Like what's
right?
How do you determine my jog versus your jog?
Run through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so
run through
that shit, dude. The first couple walkthroughs,
yeah,
in camp, you're like, God damn, bullets are flying.
Yeah,
because
you're working moves. You're like, I don't have a helmet on.
Shocking you in the chest.
Like,
yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah,
because you have rookies trying to make an impression and everything like that. Like I remember we had a walkthrough with Chip Kelly's his new coach minicamp, right? And it was walkthrough, so everyone wore gym shoes. It was more or less a full, like everyone was slipping because everyone was trying to like break or do anything. He's like, so from then on, we had to wear cleats at walkthroughs.
And it's like you just wish some guys would just be like, just put the shoes on, and do it. You're gonna be all right,
right?
Like if some dude tries to burn you, it's like no one wins a medal in walkthroughs.
Yeah.
And Vrabel's the king at like shitting on dudes for going too hard. just absolutely shitting on guys about that. It's just hilarious. Shit's funny.
I tell you who it would make it more of a veterans game.
100%.
Because where the struggle becomes is developing these rookies and these new guys who come into the league.
But do you go to having like a keeping rookie minicamp? Dude,
yeah, like
a 10-day process. Maybe they report 10 days or something like that.
Yeah.
You could easily change
rookie mini camps. Holy shit. I had to do 2 rookie mini camps.
Did you really?
Because I was on practice squad my first year. So the next year, my
back.
linebacker coach comes up to me. He's like, hey, I just, I want you, if you're going to get mad, I want you to get mad now, but you're going to hate knowing that you're eligible to go to rookie mini camp again. And they're going to ask you to go to rookie mini camp. It actually worked out. Haz was the D coordinator at the time. And we didn't draft a linebacker, so they got to put. I had more attention since I was already on the team, so they got to kind of focus on me and stuff. And I feel like that's actually where I got more of a chance to make the team the next year. But I was so pissed off that I had to do 2 rookie mini camps.
Yeah,
bro,
it was a brutal, dude.
Yeah.
Rookie minicamp is probably the most bloodbath of everything.
You're right.
It's the most fucked up weekend.
The coaches are all in all of your heads because you don't know nothing.
Dudes are going
you don't know
hard.
nothing. You're like, oh, this is the
It's a
league.
full on.
It's a legit game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, everyone's trying to make that first impression. So it's, and like OTAs, like, there's supposed to be like no contact and like things like that. And it's like, everyone does it.
Dudes are
Yeah.
Like
dudes
it's
out.
like
Hey, that camera's blinking. I don't know what the fuck that means, but
talking too long.
fuck yeah. Hour 41.
So it'll be really interesting to see how that plays out, because I personally don't think we will have an OTAs this year,
That'd be awesome.
just because with COVID.
Start up that, fire up that risk league, boys.
Right. I wasn't even planning on going to camp this year.
Right.
Or OTAs.
OTAs.
I'm just
Because your knee and
I'm
stuff.
just trying to get
Right.
his leg right.
Yeah, for
I got my
sure.
own program. I'm well ahead of schedule right now.
Yeah.
I'm fired up about it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't even planning on doing that. I would go to, hopefully there'll be like Zoom meetings where you like, because I do like talking ball.
Yeah.
And I love the camaraderie with the boys. When the boys all get together, I love that shit.
Is there much camaraderie on the Zooms though?
It's
No.
tough.
We had our little comedy hour.
Yeah. How about hey, Vrabel put that on us, what, 5 days before?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, I guess we'll just
Sure.
figure this out then.
Yeah.
But Caliendo crushed it.
He did.
He was
did.
funny, dude.
He did.
I'll tell you what, I don't know where you guys are gonna fit 3 more ads, but fucking right.
Hell
You guys
yeah.
keep
We changed
subscribing,
topic
rating 5
enough.
stars.
We just
Keep subscribing,
Do a little
keep
noise.
rating 5 stars, and buy merch, dude. That's a big thing.
absolutely.
Merch is hot heat.
Yeah. We need all the tiers repping the boys.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should get jerseys.
I think so too. Pennies.
Like little
like lacrosse crop top pennies.
yeah. And you
Done.
put on the back just the last name is tier and you have the numbers 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, I like that shit. That's cool.
So yeah, go.
So we don't have those.
We don't have those.
Yeah, we don't have those.
We don't-
But I love how he was bought
That shit
into
fired
it.
me up.
Yeah,
Listen,
I love that, dude.
I'll wear a penny, no question. No tarp
Flash.
under. Just having the belly button show.
Yeah, you were saying that. I didn't really know what the jersey was that you were referring to.
Crop top pennies. They have like thick holes in them like this. And then at the top's like a mesh, right?
Like
It's like
early 90s jersey.
So like an
Early
old
90s
like
jerseys that go down to like here,
Yeah.
but they fucking right where the rib cage ends. It's like right there.
oh, that would be solid.
Dude, those are solid.
Like what you used to wear in like youth football.
Yeah.
To practice.
Yeah,
Your parents
exactly.
strap you off.
Mhm.
You either got an oversized T-shirt on. You know, like your
jug of
dad's
water.
T-shirt, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. That fucking like the red with the
Uh-huh.
white top. You
The
pop
best
it over.
water you'll ever drink
That
is in
shit's
that.
trash,
is in that,
dude.
dude. You said trash?
Trash.
Dude,
You got the
ice
Arizona
filled up with
water.
ice and water. Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, if you grow up in Arizona drinking like tap water, you can go to Mexico and drink the water. That's how that water is out there.
I mean that Bon Terre, Missouri
No.
water wasn't no.
No,
joke.
hey.
Built different.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little.
Hey, but ain't nothing you're gonna put. You're not gonna put your mouth on anything better than a red igloo cooler.
Mhm.
A red igloo cooler. You'll put nothing better will go in your mouth than that cooler of water.
I mean,
No
do you guys want to hit the rest of these things? There's so much shit.
Oh no,
2
we don't.
more
I don't
hours
think we
of
got
shit.
time for this shit, dude.
We can cut all of Dennis's talk about
Yeah,
him being in
that's
high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could shorten it with stuff like that. Keep the funny moments, obviously.
Kidding. I was kidding.
I was like, fuck that
I was
guy.
kidding. Yeah. Fuck him, dude. That shit's funny as hell. Don't forget to subscribe and rate 5 stars.
The boy.
Deep down on the Mississippi, there's a blood more rises low.